What's up, everybody? How we doing? Hey. All right. So, 1080p, huh? Look at us go. Jen, hey, thank you for the sub. Thank you for being here. Oh, yeah. You're all on a different side right now. Before you used to be on the left, now you're on the right. It's a little different. I gotta get used to it. Ooh. Yusuf got the hydrate already. Thank you so much. Cheers to you. High def. Looking crispy. All right. Hey. What is going on, everybody? How y'all doing? We got a lot of fun stuff tonight. But it's gonna be a little funky. It's gonna be a little funky tonight. Crumb, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you for being here. Best week ever, folks. Let's keep going. It keeps going. I can see every pore on your face. Hey, we got the better cam. Hair is extra shiny and high def. It's a little funky right now. We got to figure everything out. Sounds are going to be too loud. Voices are going to be off. We're going to figure it out. We got to figure out the lighting. We're doing it live though, folks. We're doing it live. I didn't test this at all. I did it all, and we're doing it live. I wanted to do it with y'all. All the hijinks. We're doing it together. The follicle. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome. So we got a lot of fun stuff tonight. We got a little bit of review. We're gonna get into those objects. We're gonna get into those APIs. We got some surprises, some good stuff going on. Glad you're all here. Crumb, once again, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I appreciate that. Keeping the best week ever going. Alyssa, thank you. Alrighty, so wink if ballin', I got you. Hey, Micro Leon points for a hair dance. I want to buy this cam. Hey, we have raffles now. Of course we do, Will. We got raffles right now. There's a raffle going on right now, exclamation point raffle. I'll explain a little bit later on. As always, like to give folks a little seconds to get in here. Ooh, Pi just gave 4,000 to the Simba cam. I'll take that. Yeah, so you can do that exclamation point raffle. I'll explain what it is later on. If you can't see it right away, that's all right. We got some fun stuff going on. I'm so excited for today. I've been working so hard on this stuff. It's like, it probably took me, I don't know, a month to get everything the way I needed it, all the parts, getting everything together. And so we're doing it live tonight. Then I'm gonna watch back the video. When I watch back the video, I'll make all the tweaks. We'll tweak the sounds, we'll tweak the lights. But if there's something that's weird or funky, let me know. Throw it in chat so I can adjust it. If I'm blowing out your ears with a song or something like that, let me know. If it's not loud enough, too soft, whatever, let me know. This is the Sony RX100. The Sony RX100, yeah. There is a new Micro Leon reward. We'll get all to that. We got some stuff to get into. We have this this main that I've always enjoyed, but it's not feeling good enough for the best week ever. I love this cam. Oh, we're 75% of the way to the community challenge. So if you want a Simba cam, if you want a crispy high def Simba cam, we can hit the channel goal. I think we can hit it today. We're at 194. We're gonna YOLO some points later on. I think we'll get there. Oh snaps, we're getting up there pretty close. I think we might hit this today. Air fried Simba. Spirit bomb. All right. I've always liked this. This is my favorite cam. I like the kittens in the background. But for the best week ever, I don't know. I don't know if it's ready for the best week ever. This feels a little bit more like the best week ever. Now, what we have here is still the same main cam. We have the slides in the top right there. And soon we will have chat over here. Like I said, we're doing it live. I'm not really sure why the chat's not popping up. We'll get to that during a break. But we got the chat there later on. So we got some new stuff here. We got some new stuff to show off tonight. And this is just getting started. This is just getting started. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into some slides. We got the normal stuff. But we got some new stuff. So soon you will all be over here. Gotta figure out the permission. Why it's not working. Like I said, we're doing this live. We'll figure it out. We're always gonna have the slides up there in the top right too. I think this will be for like when we need to discuss something, but we still want the slide up. That's what this is gonna be. So I don't want to overwhelm you too much. I don't want to overwhelm you too much. We'll go back to the normal. We'll keep it normal for a second. These are like not like really. What? We got it. Hey folks, we got the Simba cam. I guess I got something to set up. I'll have it set up for tomorrow. I'll get it set up. We'll have the Simba cam going. We got it. Well done with the channel point goal, folks. 250,000 channel points. 250,000 channel points. All right, Simba cam's coming your way. You got it. You asked for it. You got it. Cookie codes. Thank you for the bits. Appreciate you. Let's go back to let's just feel this out for a second. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's see what we got going. Just check and make sure things are working. I think we're doing all right. Let's go back to the code. Make sure things are moving here. All right, not too bad, not too bad. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into the slides here. I'm gonna chill the music for a second. So we got a lot of fun stuff tonight, folks. We saw some of it. We got the new starting screen. We got the new camera. We're in 1080p. Whew. We got a lot of stuff. And this is just the beginning, folks. I got some surprises for you. Boy, do I have some surprises. Boy, do I have some surprises. So we're going to get into the slides. We definitely got to get through objects tonight. We got to get through the APIs tonight. We got to get into the stuff that we've been trying to get to for a class or two now. So we're going to get through all of that. We are going to have an extra class tomorrow. Please, 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 please come tomorrow for our extra class. We want to just go for about an hour and a half or so, talking about resumes, talking about portfolios, what makes a good one, what makes a not so great one, what things we can add. And then you're going to have that as part of your homework. So part of your homework is going to take all the things that we learned, all right? Take all the things that we learned and throw that into your own resume, into your own portfolio. So we're at an extra day. We're going to test it. See if we can get folks to show up. If we can, if we get folks to show up, we're going to keep adding classes, more review classes, things like that. So please, let's go ahead and let's do that. Cool. So let's get into the slides. I want to get right into the thick of it. And we got some other surprises as we kind of go through this. We got some other surprises as we go through here. So I'm excited you're all here. Thank you for being here. Let's continue the best week ever. All right. A little hint from last class. Alrighty. We got some 100 dev stuff I want to review first. After the 100 dev stuff, we're going to do our turbo review, functions, loops, arrays, objects. Then we're going to get into that API work, the stuff that we started during the office hours. We're going to do again, but we're going to change it. We're going to modify it. We're going to get fun stuff going. All right. And then I got some surprises mixed in throughout the day. We got some raffles going on, so we got some good stuff. Alrighty. I always like to start off with some questions. Do we have any questions, folks, while we're here? Questions. Got any questions? How many raffles can you get? I think you get one entry. Somebody can test that, though. You can do exclamation point raffle, and I think you get one. How are you? I'm doing good, Booty Licker. It's the best week ever. It's the best week ever. Last stream was wild. The amount of support was intense. I had a lot of fun. It's been a long time coming setting up all of this for the new PC. Now that we have the PC set up, we can start doing some I got a lot of fun stuff planned. Things that I couldn't do on the laptop. If you're a triple OG, real OG, and you've been here since the beginning, there were some streams where we had to stop. Because my laptop couldn't keep up. The internet couldn't keep up. All those are history. And now that we got the beast running, this beast has a Threadripper 3960X CPU, an RTX 3090. All right. We got to figure it out. But once we get it going, we can do a lot of fun stuff. So I'm excited for it. We made history together. We did. How'd you find it? Jeezy, I paid way too much money to somebody on eBay. That's how I found it. All right. So we got a lot of fun stuff, but I'm excited. This is the beginning of something really good. Now we got this beast going, the stuff that we can do on stream. Oh, you're going to see some of it tonight, but the stuff that we can do, next level. We're getting to the next level, folks. All right. Let's keep pushing. Let's go through these. Thank you for the questions. Yeah, Cookie, the fan. If everyone remembers you're a real OG if you remember the fan, the aircon in the background. Let's keep going, folks. All right, like I said, it's going to get funky. There's a lot of things that might not be working, that might be working, that might be on, might be off. I'm not sure. We're going to figure it out together. So as things come in, we're going to see what's happening. We might have to fix some things. There's a good chance we might have to pause and make sure things are working because you never know. Hold on, let's see. I got to make sure these alerts are... Oh, there we go. The alerts weren't visible. See, that's what I'm talking about. Train with Madeline. Thank you so much for the 3 months. I appreciate you so much being here. Like I said, look, it got funky on the funky slide. That's what I'm talking about. Let me go back to main real quick. Let me make sure that's going. All right, there we go. So the alerts were not visible on the main slide. So it got funky on the funky slide. That's me dancing, Memphis. So the idea here is that give me some leeway tonight, folks. We're going to get through some fun stuff. We got a lot of cool stuff planned, but the computer might shut off. The alerts might be wonky here and there, but we're going to make it work. We're going to get it going. Belle, thank you. Alrighty. How many channel points to see you dance like that? That's my OnlyFans content. That's actually me on the right-hand side. You don't even know it. A little too much clothing, but that's me on the right-hand side. That's OnlyFans content. Only 1 million channel points away. Only 1 million channel points away. All right. We said it last class, but we're going to say it again. The number of folks that have reached out that are in the trough of sorrow real deep is high. You are not alone. If you are feeling like things are getting too tough, if things aren't making sense, if you're starting to doubt yourself, join us in the Struggle Bus channel. Struggle Bus channel is popping off. You're going to see so many other folks that are going through the same thing that you're going through or close that can commiserate with you, right? That can share that you are not alone. So if you're feeling like things, as we get a little bit more spicy, as we start to ramp up a little bit, if you're feeling like they're a little too intense, you can always reach out. Health first, but know that you're not alone, and we got a good group of folks that are commiserating right along with you. Trying to deal with work and stream at the same time, kudos to you. That's what I always say that too. Like folks that have other responsibilities on top of learning, all my respect in the world. Let's get it. If you're new, welcome. We're doing a 30-week software engineering bootcamp. We have the best community online to learn how to code. Join us. Alyssa just put !point Discord in chat. You can join our Discord, agree to the rules. All the materials and things that we'll be doing today, like the slides and the starter code, are there for you to take a peek at. Alrighty, let's keep going, folks. All right. Ooh, yeah, the alerts are working. That's good. Remember, health first. If you need extra time, things aren't going your way, please take the time that you need. Let me know what's up. That way I can kind of take account my end, but here to support. Please, please, please always take your health first. All right. Just as a reminder, we're pausing the networking until March. So no networking until March. Our client deadline has been pushed to March 2nd. We have some client alternatives. If you weren't here last class, that's why I'm going through this a little quickly. We're just doing some review here, just making sure folks who maybe missed last class, go back and watch it on YouTube. That was the best class ever. We have some alternatives. You can volunteer for a grassroots organization. You can commit to free or open source software. All right. And if you're new to committing to free or open source software, there's this link called First Timers Only, which will enable you to find a welcoming community to help you on that journey. Cool. Tomorrow, I hope to see all of you here in chat tomorrow. We're just going for an hour. We just got to get that extra day. We're in 1080p now, folks. That's not going to work for everyone in our community. We have to be streaming in 1080p for the sponsors that want to sponsor, right? So that's why we had to bump up to 1080p. But we need those quality settings. And the only thing stopping us from quality settings is one additional day of streaming. Come, put it on your phone, put it on your tablet, put it on your desktop. If you can't make it, join in though. We're going to do some fun stuff. We're going to look at some resumes that are going to be helpful. We're going to talk through what should be in your resume, the things that you want in there right now, the things that you should be adding to your portfolios. Remember, portfolios take some time to marinate, right? Take some time to marinate. It's going to take a little while before your portfolio and your resume starts to show up in the search engine results. And so we want to start now, right? We want to start now. Source is 7. Oh, because we're not partner. Maybe. I'm pushing out 1080p. All right, I'll try it again. Tomorrow we'll see if I can change anything. That's interesting. Train. Thank you, Train. I wonder why it's still 720. All right, I'll look at that. But I changed all the settings to 1080p. But that's wild. Maybe because Imran said Bezos is mad that we're spending all the bucks. Yeah, I think it's because we need the partner. So another reason why to show up tomorrow for the other folks in our community that need the quality settings, right? And also so we can start outputting some higher quality here. Cool. All right, we'll figure it out. We'll get it going. We'll figure it out. All right, YouTube is up to date. You will see all of the current classes, sans last one, that'll be up today. And all the office hours will be there starting Saturday. So after Saturday's office hours, you'll see that one go up and all the rest go up. So YouTube is up to date. If you ever want to catch up with the classes without ads, you can always go to YouTube and check them out. We have a newsletter. If you always want the latest and greatest about class, if you want to learn about some tips before class starts, the newsletter always goes out either 60 or 30 minutes before class. You'll get links early from the newsletter, so go ahead and do exclamation point newsletter if you want to sign up for the newsletter. Alrighty. Never again. Me and Angie, my wife, binged this show like just straight through. Jeezy, thank you for the sub. Thank you for being here with the 3 months of Bezos's bucks. Let's go. Thank you so much. All right, let's keep going. Discord update. We got some new channels. Check them out. You're going to see a couple new channels get added. A few kind of get moved around. Rue, thank you so much for the 4 months in a row. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here, Snooze. Whew. 4 months. Thank you so much. Appreciate you being here. Is this show worth it? It was good. It was all right. I like it. It was okay. My favorite? Nah. But was it watchable? Was it bingeable? It was bingeable. It was bingeable. I liked it. We got some new channels in Discord. We also have a private channel, a private LGBTQ plus channel. If you would like to join that, please put your Discord name, just your Discord name in this form. I have to add everyone to that one manually since it is a private channel. I'll add another round of folks after tonight's class. It's Bridgerton on Netflix. We got a channel points update. And you might have noticed some new channel points that are in there. All right, we got some new channel points in there. And you might notice there's a new channel points update. And that's the 1v1. Because you can 1v1 me now. That's right. You can 1v1 me. We're going to have a few different games that'll be up for the selection. Once again, we'll figure out how to get the chat going down there. This should be chat down here. When we take a break, I'll see if I can figure out why chat's not showing up. So that should be chat. All right. Right now we got some Smash Brothers here. All the characters are unlocked. You can pick your flavor. All right. We got all the characters unlocked. We're gonna have some free games as well. We'll have games that'll run on your mobile phone. We'll have games that'll be on a Switch if you have one. So plenty of free alternatives. You don't have to have a Switch to play. But the music's too loud. Oh, the music on the Switch? I didn't even think about that. Okay, there we go. The sound, we're gonna figure, like I said, I'm gonna watch back the stream and figure out all the sounds, but it's really hard to like do it off the jump. But yeah, I'm actually gonna kill the sound just because I don't know how loud it is, and I don't have it set to monitor on that one. So it's a lot of channel points. We might bring it down a little bit. Screw OnlyFans. This is my main goal. Let me bring this sound back. I'll just keep it real low. Actually, let me see if I can turn it on and monitor it so I can hear it too. Switch. Like I said, it's funky tonight. There we go. All right. I can hear it. So this is a new channel point redemption, 1v1. Chat will be in it with us. There will be plenty of options. There will be free options, things that'll run on a potato, things that'll run on a phone, things that'll run on the laptop that you're on now that you can play, and we'll do it live. You set the channel goal high because you're afraid? No, because I only want it happening once per stream, and it should be like a special thing. It should be a special thing. I know I'm gonna get tossed if we play Smash, but if we play Counter-Strike, oh baby, you're gonna get tossed for sure. All right, so like I said, we got a lot of surprises tonight, folks. It's gonna keep coming. So new channel point. We got some other fun channel points as well. We got some fun things where you can guide the raid. You can do a bunch of other fun stuff. Check them out. You can click the little micro Leon down below, and it shows you all of the wonderful things that we can do. So this is another fun one I thought would be cool. And we'll have a few more surprises tonight. Hope you're enjoying it. Let me show you, Falco. I got you. This is spicy Doritos, Leon. Right there. Leon, I've been here since the beginning and only have 46k points. Nobody's getting that high for quite some time until they gamble. Exactly. I'm encouraging the YOLOing. And so if you can YOLO into it, all right? We'll probably adjust the channel points. We'll bring it down. The other thing that we forgot to say, Jen, thank you for the bits. Thank you so much for that. The one thing that we did forget to say though is that the 1v1, that's for VIP folks. If you win the 1v1, right? If you win the 1v1, you get VIP for that month. What is VIP, may I ask? VIP gets you immune to everything that could be immune on Twitch chat, and you get the ability to post links. Things that you've never been able to do in chat, folks, unless you're a mod. Things you've never been able to do in chat, you will now be able to do in chat. If you win the 1v1, you will get VIP. All right, you will get VIP. That's right, folks. 1v1. If you win, VIP is yours. Can I curse? I want that. I do think it gets you away from auto mod, so that you might be able to curse. Yeah, you could curse. You can post links. It'd be wild. What do I gotta do for lifetime VIP? I don't know. Maybe we got some surprises coming down the road for VIP. A perfect day. Hey, thank you for the 100 bits. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Jen, as well. Alrighty. So, check out those channel points. Some fun new stuff we got going. Wolfgang, thank you so much for the bits. Ooh. Is that a hype train? Lovely. Lovely. Thank you so much, everyone. Jersey Boss Babe. Hey, thank you for the gifted sub. Oh man, another hype train. I don't think like I said, we rarely don't start off with a hype train. Thank you so much, everyone that's here. Thank you for the bits, for the subs. I appreciate you, and thank you for being here. Let's have some fun. Let's keep going. It's the best week ever, folks. It's the best week ever. Sheenan, hey, thank you for the bits. Alrighty, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. We have that new channel point goal. We just smashed it. I need to update the slide. So we're going to have a new channel points goal. Chat, any good ideas for a channel points goal? Any good ideas? Booty Liquor, thank you for the bits. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. Hey, I'm happy you're here too. So we smashed through the Simbacam. I'm going to get that set up after stream. Hopefully for office hours on Saturday, we'll have it. I'm going to try and get it done by tomorrow for our extra class. Alyssa, thank you for the bits. Oh, that's right, Alyssa. You're not allowed to gamble. We'll figure that. I'll make it lower for mods. Maybe there's like a special way I can do it to where mods get a little bit lower. I'll figure it out. We'll make it work. I'll let you gamble for VIP whenever you want, actually. So we'll set it up so that once we get it all figured out and we have chat and everything working, mods can gamble once a stream. We'll do it. Cooking with Leon, extra channel point goal. Ooh, that'd be cool. I'm down to try it. Leon calls his mom and introduces her on stream. All right, that'd be cool. Leon cam. Cardio with Leon. Oh, that'd be sick. I'm down to do that. Sorry, that'd be wild. Cooking stream. You want to see my I'm good. I'm a good cook. You want to see my vegan cooking? I'm down. We could do it. Leon poker raps. I do like the poker rap one. Watch Leon do coding challenges. Okay. Angie comes and says hi. She's never said hi. We can make that happen. I do have the Ring Fit game, so we could make that happen. Poker raps. We're seeing a lot of poker raps. I think that might have to be one. All right. We'll figure out the next channel goal. I'll release the channel goal tomorrow during our extra stream. I'll donate directly. We go, all right, we can make that happen. I got to figure out how to do the setup for it, but if I can figure out the setup, we'll make the cooking stream happen. You don't have to, Alyssa. Thank you though. All right, it seems like a lot of people want the poker rap and a lot of people want the cooking stream. So I'll see what I can do. We'll make it happen. Alrighty, let's keep it going, folks. All right, last stream, if you missed it, we announced our sponsor. Microsoft will be sponsoring our stream on Tuesday. It's our GitHub class. So if you've been trying to get into Git or GitHub, Tuesday's class, we're going to make it make sense. And boy, do we have a lot of fun stuff. We are going to have 8 swag packages given away by Microsoft. Those swag packages will be for folks that are in the US. However, I am putting together 8 swag packages of my own that I will ship anywhere in the world. So we're going to have 8 Microsoft packages for folks in the US, and then we're going to have 8 other swag match packages that I will ship anywhere in the world. You're in Antarctica, it's coming to you. I'll figure it out. We'll make it happen. So Tuesday's class, please be here. Please be here. This is big. This is huge for our stream to get sponsored so we can do more cool, fun stuff. To get 8 of those huge packages coming your way, it's a couple grand worth of giveaways, right? It's a couple grand worth of giveaways that are going to be happening on this stream. Please come on Tuesday. Please retweet all the stuff thanking Microsoft for sponsoring. There's going to be some links that I'm going to ask you to check out. They have a free GitHub course. Of course, everything will always be free on the stream that you can check out. Please come on Tuesday. Please hang out. And please do everything that we need to do so that more folks are interested in sponsoring so we can do more fun stuff. So we got an extra class tomorrow. We got our office hours on Saturday, and on Tuesday we have our first sponsored stream, and to be sponsored by Microsoft. What? Let's go. Thank you everyone for making that possible. It's wild that that's happening. Let's go. We're doing a GitHub class and being sponsored by the folks that own GitHub. What? Let's go. Ooh, look at all these new hype train emotes. Alrighty, let's keep pushing. We got some things that you didn't know you wanted, but now you want them. Right now, the first thing you didn't know that you wanted is the Leon fanny pack. So we do have the Leon face fanny pack, and that Leon face fanny pack right now can be yours if you go ahead and do exclamation point raffle. Yes, that is my face, the bottom half of my face on a fanny pack. That could be yours. Exclamation point raffle. We will do the raffle at the end of class. Before we do our raid, we'll complete the raffle and somebody is walking away with that fancy fanny pack. Now, the beautiful thing about the fanny pack is that it comes with an OnlyFans match. That's right. An OnlyFans match. When the first person hits OnlyFans, you also get access to the OnlyFans. You want to win this raffle, folks. Like I said, this is the best week ever, folks. And you too can be the proud owner of a Leon face fanny pack. Alrighty. Some other stuff you didn't know you wanted. Our very own Will, a talented artist, has been chefing some stuff up. Will's been putting in some work here, chefing some stuff up for us, chefing some beautiful stuff up. You ready to see it? Let me show you what they've been cooking up. Oh, it's beautiful. They showed it to me today for the first time. This is a sneak peek. This isn't done yet. This is a sneak peek. They're still working on a sneak peek. But you ready for it? That's right, folks. New emotes. We got a Bob emote coming. We got a Nuns emote coming. We got some other special ones that we're not talking about yet, but we got some other good ones coming. Thank you to Will for working on these for us. These will be the next emotes that we have for the stream. So we got the Nuns, we got Bob coming, we got a few other that are coming. And so we'll be able to use them in stream along with the Micro Leon. I'm really excited. Can we just get a wall of Micro Leons, please, for Will and for putting these together for us? Appreciate that. Thank you. There we go. Wall of Micro Leons. Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you, Will. I appreciate you. All right. Now, the other thing you didn't know you wanted, you got the fanny pack, best week ever. You got new emotes, best week ever. You got 1v1, best week ever. You got a new main chat where we can see each other crispy clear. Still see the slides. We're going to get that chat going. You didn't know you wanted it, but you got it. We got the 1v1. You didn't know you wanted it, but you got it. All right. Now, there's one other thing that you didn't know that you wanted that we now have. I'm very excited about this, but I got to do something first before I can show you the awesomeness that it is. So I'm going to do that. Check, 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 check.
All right. 1 second.
Be right back. All right. Got the headset. We got the headset. I'm going to take a little walk.
Whiteboard camp, folks. This is our whiteboard. It's not actually whiteboard yet. It's getting there. We will. I have a whiteboard sticker that's going to go over top of this wall, so it'll be here on Tuesdays. It's supposed to be here for Sunday, but we're going to have a whiteboard camp now. So not only can we do like a digital whiteboard, let's see how this focus. Not only can we do a digital whiteboard, but I'm going to have a physical whiteboard that I can use. There you're going to be able to see whiteboard camp. What?
The other mic is on.
Hold on. There you go. How about that? Hello. There we go. Hold on. Let's see that one. Let's try. Are we hearing any echo right now? Better? Hold on. Let's go back, folks. Let's go back. Let's take a walk. I feel like I'm like Vanna White or the Price is Right models. Price is Right. If you need any help, let me know. Look at us go. So that'll be our whiteboard. So now we can do like real life whiteboard. I can draw out. As we get into more complicated topics, I'll be able to get physical. I'll be able to use my hands more. You'll be able to see me. I'm digging it. All right, let me turn on the other microphone.
Boom. I'm going to come back. What do y'all think? Camera is blurry. I know we got to figure it out. It's the autofocus on it. And so we'll get it dialed in. None's on the whiteboard. We'll get it dialed in, but I wanted to show it to you. It's working. So we have our main cam. We have our whiteboard cam. And soon we will have our Simba cam because you hit the channel goal. So it's lit, folks. It's the best week ever. I hope you enjoy it. It took me so long to get this stuff set up. Like, for real. Will a real whiteboard improve your handwriting? I hope so. I really do. Simba's my dog, and so there was a channel goal for Simba Cam, and we just completed the channel goal for Simba Cam, and so we'll have a camera that'll point at Simba. When somebody redeems it, we'll turn it on, get some Simba love. Yeah, it's the best week ever. What do you think, Bob? What does Bob look like in HD? Hey, I think Bob also enjoys the best week ever. Hey. So, those are some of the things you didn't know you need, but you enjoy them. All right? So, if you haven't already, exclamation point raffle gets you into the raffle for the Leon fanny pack with Micro Leon fanny pack with OnlyFans match. We got all these new cams and things going. Like I said, it's gonna be funky for a little bit. Things might be out of focus. We're gonna get the 1080p going. We're gonna get that chat going, but we're gonna make it work, folks. And like I said, this is just the beginning. Now that we got the PC going, I got my full setup going. It only gets better from here. So hope you're enjoying the best week ever. Let's keep it going. Let's get into some actual code. Let's get to some fun stuff. But before we do that, once again, a thank you. A huge thank you to everyone that's in this chat, everyone that makes this community what it is, for the folks that help out in Discord, for the folks that ask questions in Discord, for the folks that after a long day come in and put the time in to continue learning. I respect the hell out of you. I appreciate you all. Thank you for being here. I shared why last class, why it means so much that you're all here. But the energy to like do all this, to put it together, to get it going, that comes from you. So thank you so much. Let's keep it pushing. We got a lot of stuff to learn. We still got 2/3 of our time together. We're on class 20 though, folks. Class 20. 20 classes we've been together. 20 classes we've been together. Let's keep it going. It only gets better from here. It's the best week ever. Let's keep going. All right. Programming. Let's get through it. We're going to do a turbo review. We got a little bit. We're going to kind of do a little bit of spatial repetition on the turbo review from last time, but a slight twist. Let's get back to the slides. What's programming? Programming. Well, a program is a set of instructions you write to tell a computer what to do. The act of programming is writing those instructions that a computer can understand. Right? We're using JavaScript as our language of choice. Using JavaScript as your first language unlocks a lot of job potential. Folks that go through a 4-year CS program really aren't taught that much web development. This gives you a practical advantage. You don't have to do what we call context switching. The JavaScript that we've learned so far is going to work not only on the front end like we've seen it, but on the back end as well when we get to Node. So it's all around a great first language, and that language has some things that we need to learn for us to use it. If you're new, we're going to power through this. This is definitely a review for us at this stage, but if you're new, you can always do ! 100 devs. That'll tell you everything you need to know about our free software engineering bootcamp and how you can get caught up. So we have variables. Variables enable us to create something that we can store into memory for use later on. Here we are declaring a variable and assigning the value of 25. If I was to ask for the variable age anywhere else, I would get the 25 back. Cool. We have conditional syntax where we check to see if something is true. If it's true, we do what's inside the curly braces. If it's false, we move on to the next condition, and you can have as many else ifs as you want. You can go from else to if to else if to else if as much as you want. And if all of the conditions above were false, then your else will automatically run. Cool. You can have multiple conditions. You can have name equals Leon. If that's true, and status equals Ballin, you get a wink in high definition, right? So you can have multiple and. You can also have multiple or. The day is Saturday or Sunday. It's the weekend. Cool. What are functions? Functions are a simple set of instructions. These will be ideally reusable, performing a single action when we get the best practices, and then the building blocks of our program. We're going to start to see us using these functions more and more, chaining these functions, building more and more complex applications as we go into the next couple weeks, as we start really building. All right. Function has pretty straightforward syntax. You have the function keyword, the name of the function, some parameters, which are the buckets taking values in, and you can call a function, and when you call it, you can pass in arguments. These arguments get passed into the function. So anywhere I see word, it's actually hello. So we would see this alert the word hello. All right. Oh boy. Fox, thank you for the hydration. Indifferent, you missed it. Huh. You missed it. Thank you for the hydration. All right. We got to show Indifferent real quick. World Tour. World Tour. Indifferent supports us every stream. Is in our Discord helping folks every day. We got to show it. We're going to do the World Tour. Here you go. You missed the starting. Oh, baby. Look at that. Sexy. Look at that. Whew. We got a new main. With chat. Hold on. I got used to being on the other side. With chat. We're going to figure that chat thing out later. But you can also still see the slides. That's dope. Right? Huh. And then if you You're feeling froggy and you want to leap and you want to do 1v1. I got you. Channel point redemption, 1v1. Let me turn it back on so we can see it full brightness there. You can 1v1 me. We got some other games that can be played, free games. You don't have to have a Switch to play. We stop stream. You 1v1 me. If you win, you get VIP for the month. All right? And that's not all, folks. Not only do we have the new chat, not only do we have the 1v1, not only do we have the updated cam, the better graphics, we have the coup de grace. Whiteboard cam, baby. Oh. I gotta get used to swapping back quicker. There we go. I'll work on that. Oh, also, did we say that there is a raffle going on right now? Yes, a raffle for the OnlyFans match fanny pack! Exclamation point raffle. Oh, and we got a Simba cam coming. We won the channel point redemption, the channel point goal, so we got a Simba cam coming. Whew. Let's go. Alrighty, we got loops. Loops enable us to repeat an action. There are three main kinds of loops in JavaScript: for, while, do while. As we moved on to other data structures, we start to saw that there are other types of loops tied to things like arrays and objects we'll eventually see. And so not only do we have for, while, do while, we have things like map, for each, all these other fun ones as well. We can do a normal for loop here where we start our increment, we have our condition, and we have how much that increment's going up by each time. And what we're doing inside those curly braces continues until we reach the end condition. Cool. Keeping it going. If you're new, this is a power review, folks. This is a power review. We're cycling through it. If you're new, exclamation point 100 devs will get you all of the past classes and fun stuff to catch up. All right, arrays are toasters. They enable us to store ordered collections. The tricky thing is they start with 0. So the first element is actually the 0th index. Alrighty. We can declare arrays using a constructor, which we'll see later, and using literal notation, which is just the square brackets. We can, when we declare our array, put any different data type we've learned about so far. We can put strings, booleans, numbers, other arrays, objects, everything can go into that array. If we want the elements out of the array, we have to use the indexes, which start counting at 0. Not only can we get stuff out of the array using the index, like this would give us zebra, we can put stuff into the array using our index. So here we're putting Bob into the first index of the array. We also have these wonderful properties and methods that we've learned about. So we have length, which will tell us how many elements are in our array. And we have these wonderful methods that enable us to iterate over our arrays. For each will run once for each element in the array, and it'll grab the element and its index. And so we can use both of those inside our loop if we choose to. Alrighty. This is a class for million, but we're doing a quick recap. We always do our spaced repetition, which is a scientifically proven method to make sure that all the hard work you put into learning things, you don't actually forget it, because our forgetting curves are very steep. So we're doing a quick power review to get our spaced repetition in. But now let's do some code. So we're going to go ahead and open up that turbo review. We got some new questions and we have some old questions with a twist. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. We have the turbo review that has you doing two things with variables. One includes an array. And then we have an updated rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock. So with rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock, you have some additions to the good old rock, paper, scissors game that we've done last class. If you're not clear of the rules, you can Google them. But basically, scissors cut lizard, lizard poison Spock, Spock phasers rock, and paper disproves Spock. So there are some slightly different conditions here. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and put a lovely, let's do a 9-minute timer. See how far you can get in 9 minutes. If you don't know the conditions, you can just give them a quick Google. And I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the timer. You're gonna take that 10 minutes. We're gonna do 9 minutes. Let's do 9 minutes. This should be a little bit of a review. And see how far you can get in those 9 minutes. We're gonna pull up the tunes. Thank you, Alyssa, for posting the rules. Telefang added 2 minutes to the timer. All right, when this gets to 8, I'll put it back to 10. 10K channel points for 2 minutes. Whew. Threw it out there. All right, Telefang. All the new folks, if you want to follow along with this code, it's on our Discord. !Discord will get you there. All right, like we said, when this gets to 8 minutes, we'll bring it up to 10, and that'll be our 2 additional points. If you have questions or you get stuck, you can always ask here in chat, and we'll get you sorted. All right, 10 minutes. All right, 2 minutes. We're added to that timer. Good luck. Dig deep. You got this. Work hard. What's your favorite SaaS? We've been using Notion a lot, which has been cool. Yeah, I think it would be Notion for right now. I think it's been pretty cool. I'm trying to think of some other stuff that'd be traditional SaaS. I know you don't like ConvertKit, but it's been actually really helpful. I can't focus. My cat is snoring so loud. He can't stop laughing. Oh no. Am I good enough? Hell yeah, you are, Yash. Abso-freaking-lutely. Hey, we got a lot of new folks. Welcome. Got a lot of new folks. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Greg, DHTM, Manu, Ovicat, Garden Outside, Uncharted Zones, Raul, Author, Doros, Stone Cold, Coder, Digital Collective, Gemini, Bubeto 556. Welcome everybody. Hope you're having fun. If you're interested in what we're doing a 30-week software engineering bootcamp, all here live on Twitch, 100% free. If you're interested, !100 devs will give you 100 devs will give you all the info that you need. I wonder why the chat isn't working. Let me see if I can figure that out. That would be cool. Keep it going, folks. You got this. Let's do the main with chat real quick. The timer's gonna go away for a second. It'll be in that top right. It'll be really, really tiny, but let's see if I can figure this out while we're live. That'd be wild. Cool. Keep it going, folks. 7 minutes left. 7 minutes left. Got this. I'm not actually seeing why it doesn't. I'm using Streamlabs. Anon, you're just catching up. Hey, glad you're here. Keep it going. Let us know how we can help. Fuck, she's always messing with me during class time, darn kitties. I really like cats. I want a cat. Ooh. ITTT, indifferent. That's cool. You're welcome, Anon. We are on week 11. 12. Might technically be 12. Wow. We're doing the turbo review. Could we have a challenge point redemption for a Code Wars challenge live on stream? Yeah, we could do that. I think that'd be cool. Have you been following the GameStop fiasco? Yeah, it's actually been pretty hilarious. I've been on Wall Street Bets for a long time, though. I'm here Googling the rules for the game. Channel points for a hair flip. You get those all the time on OnlyFans. All right, folks, we got about 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left. You got this. Dig deep. Just trying to figure out this chat box thing. Approaching 4 minutes. All right, we'll figure it out after stream. Let's bring us back to the code. Channel point redemption for painting with Leon. I think that'd be fun ones. The cooking stream, painting stream, that'd be dope. I'd be down. Hey, came late from work today. Did I miss much? Oh boy, did you miss some stuff. Oh boy, did you miss some stuff. Okay, Adam keeps eating up all my CPU. I don't have that problem. So I know some folks have had. It might be time to switch to a different text editor. Maybe check out VS Code. Follow Bob Ross episode. Wine and paint. Painting with spicy Leon. I do that. That would be a really big channel goal. Ooh, first try. All right, Blah. I see you. That is by far the longest conditional I've ever written. Did 2 minutes already get added? They have been added. Lance, I like the cleanness of Adam. Also, I have all of my fancier stuff set up on it, so that's the only reason why. I've been with it for a long time, but gonna be maybe dipping our toes into the VS Code starting Saturday. Yeah, they're both owned by Microsoft because Adam was originally made by GitHub, and then GitHub got bought by Microsoft. So they're both technically Microsoft editors. I really don't use any extensions, honestly. I just have my, like, I have a pretty in-depth snippets library. I use my open in browser. Yeah, I like getting quick with my tools, and so I use Atom a lot for stream, but when I'm coding I use Vim too. I think Atom's just cleaner. VS Code too will be good to stream. I didn't use VS Code today because I got to figure out the better color settings. I want to find like some better ally color settings for folks that are colorblind. I like that at least this is like gray, but the default on my VS Code was green, and I had to figure out like better color management so that folks that are colorblind have a better experience. It's not perfect right now, but it's something that I'm working on. So if you are colorblind, know that I'm working on it. Hopefully it'll get better by Saturday. Ooh, less than a minute, folks. I didn't know that was a thing, Lance. That's funny. Ooh, 3. That's a good idea. Alrighty, folks. 6 seconds. Just trying to figure out the game. Oh, interesting. Can y'all hear the timer going off? That's something that I didn't realize would happen. So I'm monitoring from my PC now, and since I'm monitoring, I'm gonna chill the music. Since I'm monitoring from my PC, the Mac is fully open, so you can hear that sound coming from the Mac. Interesting. All right, I gotta figure that out. Like I said, it's gonna be funky, folks. It's gonna be funky. All right, let's go ahead and let's go over these together, and then we'll take our break because we're top of the hour. Did I miss a hydrate? I didn't even see a hydrate come in. Oh, I have the merch up, that's why. Sorry about that. Hold on. One second, folks. There we go. All right. I have to, I got to get used to some changes here. But there we go. Thank you for the hydration. Dragonoid, cheers to you. Yeah, Emma, it's smart timer. Smart timer. Smart countdown timer, exactly, on Mac App Store. Alrighty, let's go over this together, and then we're going to take our lovely, well-deserved break at the top of the hour. We'd like to stay healthy, folks. All right, let's take a look at this. Declare a variable and assign it to a sentence that is a positive affirmation. Print the affirmation to the console multiple times using a method. How did y'all go about printing it to the console using a method? What did y'all use, chat? What did y'all use? Yeah, repeat. Let's go ahead and try it. Let's create a variable. Hey, Reggie. Thank you so much for the 4 months. I appreciate that. 4 months. That's wild. Thank you for being here. All right, and do positive af equals positive as fuck. Positive af. We're gonna set it equal to you are beautiful. There we go. I'm gonna say I'm beautiful. I got this high definition camera going. We got a larger camera over there now for the whiteboard. I'm gonna use the "you are beautiful" today. That's my positive affirmation. All right, and I want to repeat this multiple times to the console. So let me go ahead and get a console log. And I'm actually going to do a template literal here. So let's go ahead and do a template literal. I'm going to say you. Can I do a string here? I'm going to say again. And then I'm going to try something. I'm not 100% sure this will work, but let's try it. Let's go ahead and do positive affirmation dot repeat. And let's put it in, how many hours today? 24 hours. Let's do it 24 times. Let's save this. And then I'm going to open all of this in the browser. I'm going to open up the console. And there you go. I got "You are beautiful, you are beautiful, you are beautiful, you are beautiful" in the console here. Cool. 3D. It's been a long couple of days. I actually really had to think about how many hours there were. Yeah. Alrighty, let's keep it going. Declare a variable, assign an array of letters, combine the letters into one word, and alert it. What did y'all use to do this? What did y'all use to do this, chat? Join. All right, let's do that together. So we're going to create a variable, let word equal. We're going to use our literal notation using square brackets. I'm going to do T E S L A. There we go. We got our array of letters here, and we want to alert the joining of these letters. Remember, join is a method that works on arrays to bring them into one string. Brian. Blah. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do word.join. And don't forget your quotes to bring it into a string. And let's go ahead and save this. Let's go back. Let's refresh. And there we go. Tesla. Boom. Tesla. Alrighty. We're at top of the hour. We're at an hour and 8 seconds. What I would like to do, let's go ahead and take our break. And when we come back from the break, we will do our rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock. We'll YOLO some channel points when we come back. Remember, these rewards are getting spicy. So as these rewards are getting spicy, we can do the YOLO for channel points. So let's go ahead and take our 5-minute break. And we'll be back to YOLO some channel points in 5 minutes. So I'm going to put 5 minutes on the timer here. Do what you got to do. If you're able to, get up, stretch, hydrate. And I will see you all in 5 minutes. I need food. Put it out into the universe. You got me, Sergio. That's what I'm doing. Should put GameStop. All the money's in GameStop. You have no points. It's because you've used them all to keep me well hydrated. Oh, I didn't start the timer. That's why. Rip. There we go. 5 minutes. Get an extra second or two. Mansa, thank you for the hydration. Cheers to you. There we go. Whew. There we go. All right. Be right back. Oh, yeah. You want to see the code? I got you. There you go. That's the code for you. Ooh, Scribble.io. Yeah. Tunes. Yeah, we need some musics. Let's get some musics going. There we go. Type Racer. Lala. How you doing, Lala? trying to get this activity feed on the other side here. There we go. That'll do it. That way I can see y'all better. Beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. All right. We're rocking on this side. There's a lot of little weird things I got to figure out these couple of streams. I copy and pasted the log method into the first one. Is that okay? Get used to typing. Type it out. Always type it out. Uh, 3D. Yeah, you can actually. We're just gonna call you 3D. That's what we're. That's it now. Yeah, you can put that very explicitly in your contract, like that you will be a reference customer, and like that's the exchange that is happening. You can definitely write that out. Bugaboo, I can't wait. All that stuff is dope. CRISPR blew my mind when I first learned about it. It's gonna change a lot of stuff. Ugh, still overworking yourself? No. Sleep. Get some sleep. Glad you're doing well though. Just double checking, you use single quotes often or always for arrays. So you can use either single or double. You should just be consistent. I messed up because my first one's double. I'm breaking my double habit. I've used double for so long. I'm trying to switch to single, and so that's my problem. So yeah, you can use either or, it doesn't matter. Can you explain the $sign? Yeah, so this is something called a template literal. What it does is it enables you to plug a variable into a string. So instead of having quotes, you use a tick. And then since you're using ticks, you can use this $sign with the curly braces, and it enables you to plug in any variable that you want, and even like variables with methods too. So you can see we're using the positive affirmation variable with the repeat method, and that works as long as you're inside those curly braces, inside the ticks. It's some part of the new ES6 stuff for JavaScript. ES6 plus, I should say. Hey, Izzy, it's shipped. That's awesome. Could reduce have worked? Yep. Just join the Discord. Where do I go to start from the beginning? So you can do !100 devs here in chat, and there is a catch up section that'll tell you all the places where to catch up from. Hey, Miriam, that's good to hear. Why no copy and paste? Just to get used to typing and getting faster. Like typing with all those accessory keys is hard. And so getting used to hitting them repetitively can help in the long run. Mm, 6 seconds, folks. Come on back. Alrighty, folks. Come on back. Come on back. Having a rush breakfast. What time is it where you're at, Jet? Missed it here? Hey, Miss Turner. Glad you're here with us. Glad to have you. Come on back, folks. Come on back. Maya, you're ready to YOLO everything. 165 squats, Mitch? That's wild. I gotta get on those goals. Whoa, that's interesting time. Alrighty, folks. Come on back. Let's go over this. Let's go over these last two together. And then we're going to get into the objects and API stuff. We still got a lovely 2 hours together. Let's get into some good stuff. All right. I'm going to chill the music here. There we go. All right. Remember, we also have that raffle going on. ! Raffle at the end of stream before we do our raid. We'll close the raffle and see who wins. All righty. Create a function that returns rock, paper, scissors, lizard, or Spock as randomly as possible. We've seen this before. Let's code it out. Rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock. We're just going to call that there. And we are going to just build out our math.random. So we're going to say let random equal math.random. The reason why we're doing this is because random returns a number between 0 and 1. So since we know it returns a number between 0 and 1, right, we can use that to our advantage to build something that's close to random. So let's go and do a conditional. And I'm actually going to move this up a little bit. Let's move it up. There we go. I'm going to say if, and what did you use, chat? How did you make it an even 5 times? What did y'all do? How did you do it? Yeah. 5 goes into 10. We can use that 2. So we can do less than 0.2. So we can say if random is less than 0.2. Great. Then we'll return rock. All right. Else if, and we'll do another one here. We'll say else if, let's say random is less than 0.4. Remember, be paying attention. You want to catch these errors. You want to see if there's an error in here because that could throw off your YOLO. All right, rock. We'll say paper. Then we'll do another else if, and we'll say lizard. So we'll say random is less than 0.6. This will be our lizard. So we'll return. Oh, this will be our scissors. Let's do scissors. Let's just keep it in order. Do another else if, and this else if we're gonna do, let's say less than 0.8, and that'll be our lizard. Cool. All right, we got our lizard. And then the last, if it's not rock, paper, scissors, or lizard, the only last thing it can be is Spock. So we'll just do an else, and we will return Spock. Cool. Some folks used a switch case. I think that's a really good use for a switch case. Totally doable here. Definitely could use a switch case. Maybe saved yourself a little bit of syntax, maybe a little bit easier to read. All right. Semicolon after math.random. You don't need them anymore. You can do exclamation point. You do exclamation point, semicolon, and learn about kind of semicolons in JavaScript these days. Won't you have a greater chance of getting the higher numbers? I mean, technically it's random. So between 0 and 1, it's going to return those completely random. So this is as fair as you're going to get in terms of like an even chance, right? Because they're all 2, right? This is 20%, this is 20%, this is 20%, this is 20%, and then all that's left is 20%, right? That's all that's left. So it's even 20% for each one. Yeah. Yeah, long ball, pseudo random. Exactly. There you go. Cool. So now we got our randomizer, and it's returning these rock, paper, lizard, Spock. And so now we want to do our check win. So let's go ahead and set up our win conditional. So we're going to take a function that takes in a choice and determines if we won or lost. So let's go ahead and set up our function. If you're new here, we kind of did this one last class, and so this is kind of a review. We're just adding some fun stuff in with the lizard Spock. But welcome. Cool. So we have our function. Let's go ahead and do our check win. So we'll call this check win, and we're gonna pass in a choice. So let's have our choice be passed in as a parameter. And then the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna figure out the bot's choice. So let's go ahead and call this bot choice. And we're gonna set this equal to this function up here, rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock. So we're gonna say rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock. We're gonna call that function. And the beauty of return is whatever gets returned out of this function, right? So let's say scissors gets returned. Whatever happens to scissor, it's going to get returned to where the function was called. So it's as though this isn't here, it's actually scissors now. Cool. So that's the beauty of having the returns and being able to call that return. So let's keep moving. Now we're gonna have a big old conditional. We gotta satisfy all of our win conditions, and so this is gonna be a little spicy. Anybody have their win conditions that they can post in the chat so that I can copy and paste and cheat? I should have not deleted mine when I was practicing this. Thank you. Oh no! Oh, I'll grab them from over here. All right, here we go. Let's see. I'll grab Bugaboo here. Now, Bugaboo could have tipped the odds in their favor. They could have tipped the odds in their favor by maybe messing this up a little bit. You don't know. We don't know. Leon, you should practice typing, not copying and pasting. Got you. All right. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Hold on, let's get rid of this console log here. And let's go ahead and let's put our log in here, just 1. All right, let's walk through this. Let's clean it up because I copy and paste it. Let's clean it up. Let's walk through it. Let's make sure we agree with everything that's here. All right, so first thing we have, if choice equals rock and bot choice equals scissors, that's a win because rock beats scissors. All right, or if choice equals paper and bot choice equals rock, that's a win. That's a win. All right, that's a win. Let's go ahead and put triple equals in here, just to be fancy. I'm gonna put all triples in these. Don't want any weird types here. Let's go ahead. All right, so that we know that was a good choice. Or if choice equals scissors and bot choice equals paper, that's also a win. If choice equals Spock and bot choice equals rock, that's a win because Spock phasers, sorry. Oh my gosh, I just lost my Star Trek card. Spock phasers rock, and so that's a win. Choice equals Spock and bot choice equals scissors. Is that a win? Should that be a win? We need an S at the end of scissors. Which one? Which one? Mine? Oh, yeah, mine's scissor. Haha, look at y'all, folks, paying attention. You're gonna like these channel points are on the line. Thank you for Reggie for the highlight. All right. Spock smashes scissors. Okay. So that's a win then. All right. Spock smashes scissors. That's a win. Lizard and paper. That's a win. Lizard eats paper. Okay, nice. And lizard poisons Spock. Does scissors cut lizard? The scissors cut lizard? Chat, are we missing anything here? Lizards does. Yeah, lizard decapitates lizard. So let's go ahead and add that one. So let's add another one here. Let's do our or. And then we're going to do lizard beats, or sorry, scissors beats lizard. Cool. And yep, paper disproves Spock. So let's go ahead and do that one too. And Spock. Cool. My brain hurts. Let's manipulate this bad boy like the hedge funds did today. All right. So I think we got most of them. Are we missing anyone? What are we missing? we missing any other wins? I think we got all the wins. All right, let's keep going. Hey, this is part of it, right? You gotta check to see if the code's right, because that could be the difference between you YOLOing your points or not. All right, let's do else if. Let's check the tie. So we're gonna say if. We're gonna say else if, right? Choice equals bot choice. Then we have a tie, and so we'll just log to the console tie. And then the else is we lose. So we just log lose. All right. There we go. I'm missing one. What am I missing? Rock crushes lizard. There we go. There we go. Is that our last one here? Rock crushes lizard. Nice. There we go. Rock crushes lizard. Oh. All right, so let's save all this. I think that's our 10th. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we got 10 conditions here. So I think we have all the win conditions. Give yourself give yourself another 3 seconds just to look through it. Make sure nothing's missing, because this is on you. If you're gonna risk your channel points, you better make sure the code is fair. All right, we got our win, we got our tie, and we got our lose. Gabby, if it's turning all white, that's like a syntax error. It's letting you know something's wrong. All right, so that's good. Look at the randomization. Make sure you think it's fair. Make sure you think the randomization is fair. I could put them on separate lines, but what's the fun in that? This is you gotta be quick. You gotta be looking through the code. We do have the Spock one. The Spock phasers rock. Yeah. All right, let's go. Let's get into this. Saved up. Let's go open this bad boy back in the browser. All right, remember the first time I open this, we're gonna run it. We're gonna run it, right? We're gonna run it. So we're gonna call the function. Let me open up the console right now. Let me open up the console, and then we'll start the prediction. All right, so let me call it. Check win, and we're gonna throw in Spock. Cool. So that's our condition. Check win, Spock. That's what we're throwing in. All right. So I'm going to save it. Going to go over here. And then we're going to run it in here. But I'm going to set up the prediction for you. So let's go ahead and get this prediction going. All right. Prediction is live. You have 1 minute to get your prediction in. 1 minute, folks. What we're going to do is you can do win or lose. And if you win, if it shows up as win, you win. If it shows up as lose, you lose, right? You're predicting the outcome here. Let me bring back up the code so you can take another quick peek. Maybe there might be something wrong, right? Maybe it might not be a fair game. That's on you to figure out. 30 seconds, and we'll run it. Unofficial mod bet. All or nothing. Let's go. YOLO. GameStop. Let's GameStop. We'll make like a mod side channel for bets. Whew. Look at these points coming in. People are throwing out big bucks. People are throwing out big bucks here. I'm in it to win it all. All or nothing. Alyssa, do you want me to unmod you for a second? Everything will go to hell, but for that one brief second, you might be able to gamble. Never. Oh, that's the good answer. Thank you. All right. Your predictions are locked in. Let's run this. My sword. All right, let's run it. 3, 2, 1. We might have the alert first. 3, 2, 1. All right, I'm going to click on Tesla, and we're going to see win or lose. This is it, folks. Let me get my head out the way. 3, 2, 1. Lose. It's a lose. You lose. Ah, no. We had 2 loses in a row, then 2 wins in a row, and we have a lose. We have a lose. 3K, God. Roll in the micro Leons. Let's go. The lose. The YOLOing pays off. 31K. What? Lost 65. Oh boy. All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let me confirm the prediction. It was a lose. The prediction has now been completed. Alrighty. We want to run it back, huh? We want to run it back? Is that what we're going to do? Is that how we do it around here? All right, one more prediction, then we got to get the objects today. All right, I'm going to start a new prediction. Win or lose. All right, it's the last one, folks. This is the last of our rock, paper, scissors predictions. Get it in. Get it in. You got this. Whew. Oh, baby. Get it in. It's the last one. Do you win or lose? Do you risk it all? Is this how you get your channel points? Is this how you unlock? Is this how you unlock the channel points that you want? Is this how you get to the 1v1? Is this how you get to the 1v1? Is this how you get there? Is this how you get the points you need? Do you need to see the code? Do you want to make sure the code is fair? Let's make sure the code is fair. Go ahead, I'll give you a last look at the code. Make sure it's fair. This could be the difference between you being able to make the 1v1 for VIP or not. Go ahead. All is on the line. Code looks tight. We're ready. All right. Let's go back to the browser here. Predictions should be in. We're going to refresh. I'm going to click on the Tesla. Here it is, folks. 3, 2, 1. Woo, baby, turbo win. Let's go. Positivity wins. Positivity wins. No. Sid Pro 3 losses in a row. No. No. You YOLO'd funny? Nice. Nice. Dropped 8K. Let's go. This was my affirmation, baby. 19 channel points left. No, cat. Why have you done this to us? Because it's fun. Oh. Oh, there we go. The rush. The rush. And we ended it with a win. That's how we got to go out. We got to go out in the win. We got to go out in the win. Okay. The rest of the stream is just this. That's all we do. We don't go into anything else. We just do this for the rest of the stream. Alrighty, folks, let's keep moving. We got a lot of fun stuff to get into tonight. Lessons learned. Oh boy. Alrighty. Let's keep moving. Alrighty, chat. Chat, what are objects? What are these objects things? Oh, we got to confirm the prediction. Well, I'm confirming the prediction. The prediction. You tell me what an object is. That was a win. There you go. Prediction completed. Everything. It's all objects as far as the eye can see. Always has been. Nice. Rudy. Rudy, how many points did you YOLO, Rudy? What did you do? How many points do you have? Rudy, how many points you got now? 44K. Whew. Whew. Anybody over 100? 96K? What? 96K? Wow. That's wild. 83K from Jimmy. All right. I see y'all. I was at 120 before I lost it. Yo, Rudy, let me talk to you real quick, Reptar. All right, let's keep it moving. All right. Objects are a collection of variables and functions. Objects represent attributes and behaviors of something used in a program. You can think of objects as just collections of these variables and functions. So if you know what a variable is, you know what a function is, you know what an object is. It's just a collection of those variables and functions. However, we don't call them variables and functions when they're tied to an object. We call them properties and methods. So we have properties and methods that make up an object. So let's break apart objects and let's get into some fun stuff. And then we're going to get into our APIs. We're going to get it all reviewed out here today, folks, and do some fun stuff with them. All right, think about a physical object, right? What are the attributes and behaviors of that physical object? The object that I thought of first was a stopwatch, right? Here's a stopwatch. Chat. What is an attribute of this stopwatch? What is a property of this stopwatch? There's one that I see really quickly. It has a color property of black. A color property of black. What's another property or attribute that this stopwatch has? It has a shape of circle. Yeah. Has a display of true. Yeah. It has a minutes of 3, a seconds of 59, and a, what is that, millisecond of 45, right? Has a necklace property of true. Has a brand of AccuSplit, a model of Pro Survivor. Cool. These are all of the properties that make up that object, the things that make that object a thing, right? Now, when we're talking about our objects, we're not just talking about properties. We're also talking about the things that it can do, the behaviors, the functions, the actions, the methods. We call them methods. They're just functions. They're things that are able to do stuff. We call those methods when we're talking about objects. So what are some of the behaviors or things that this lovely stopwatch can do? What can it do? What are some of the behaviors? What are some of the methods? Yeah, it has a start, a stop, a pause, a split, a reset, right? Nice. Let's keep moving. So when we talk about objects, yeah, we're talking about something in code, but we're also just talking about like a real physical object. So keep this object in mind. This stopwatch had properties and methods. Properties you can just think of as variables attached to the object. You can think of methods as functions attached to the object. So here is the first time we've actually saw a real object. Objects have their own special notation, just like an array had that square bracket notation. the stopwatch has the curly brace for its literal notation. We're going to see in a few seconds how we can make our constructors and then eventually our classes. But when we want to first start out, we can make objects literally just by using those lovely curly braces. And that's what we see here. Those curly braces enable us to create the object. So here I have declared a new variable called stopwatch and assigned it to an object. Okay. We're going to see classes in a few seconds. So you can think about kind of the object as the collection of the properties and methods, and then we're going to get into our classes, which can help us stay organized. And remember, classes in JavaScript are just syntactical sugar. There's something else happening underneath the hood in JavaScript called prototypal inheritance. And then with the newer versions of JavaScript, we got this syntactical sugar that are classes. But we're going to have a whole class on OOP, object-oriented programming, next week. And we're going to go deep into all the differences and all the cool things that come along with that. All right. So here I have declared a variable called stopwatch and assigned it literally an object. On the next line, I went ahead and created a what? Chat, current time is a what? Current time is a what? What is current time? Yeah, it's a property. Chat, how did you know it was a property? Why is it not a method? Yeah, it's not a function. We know it's not a method because it's not a function. It's just a property. It's a regular old variable-esque. Cool. And then next done, we see tell time, and if that's true, then we know tell time is a method. It's set equal to a function, right? And then down here, what is this, chat? What are we doing here? What are we doing there? What are we doing here? Yash, thank you for the hydration. Cheers to you. Yeah, we're calling a function. And we know that we're calling it because of these parentheses. But since the function is tied to the stopwatch object, we call it a method, right? It's a method. It's a function tied to the object. So here we are calling the tell time method, and we are passing in current time. Current time is 12. So we're passing 12 into this method. Wherever we see time, it is 12. And so when we call this tell time method, what we get is printed to the console, the current time is 12. Cool. So we have, hold on, did I miss it? Yeah, okay, there we go. So before, we're gonna skip kind of making our own objects. We've done this twice before. If you weren't here for our office hours, we did go through all this stuff already. So check out those office hours. The VOD is here on Twitch, and they'll be up on YouTube if you want. But we're going to skip the Lost Galaxy because we've already done it 2 or 3 times now. All right. So that was making a singular object. What if we wanted to create a lot of objects, right? This is going to be really important in JavaScript, and we're going to want to create a bunch of them, okay? So if we want to create a bunch of them, we're going to need a way to create a bunch of objects. And in the real world, the way that we create a bunch of objects are with factories, right? So if we wanted to create a bunch of cars, we would use a car factory, right? Maybe we're Tesla, and we're making a lot of new Teslas. Did you see the new Tesla, the new Model S, the Plaid Plus edition? The Plaid Plus edition looks like a spaceship. It's sexy. It's straight sexy. Hold on. Let's see it. I gotta pull this up. Hold on. It's just straight sexy. Hold on. Let's pull it up. Look at that. Whew. CNET, don't sue me. Look at that. Chat, that's not even a steering wheel. Look at that thing. It's like a yoke. Like a yoke. Look at that. They're playing Witcher 3 in the car. The car is driving. You're playing Witcher 3. And if you want to pretend that you're in a spaceship, you can. 512-mile range. 512-mile range. Oh, baby. Tesla, if you need a Twitch sponsor, holler at me. Holler at your boy. Elon, make this happen. The price is wild. I think it was 125,000 for the Plaid for the Plaid. I'm not sure what the Plaid Plus was. It's wild. The base model is, I think it's 79,000, and then the Plaid Plus I think was 125, and then there's the really big one, and then plus an extra 10K for the self-driving package. Oh baby. All right. So we want to create a lot of objects. So let's pretend that if we're going to create a lot of objects in the real world, we're going to use a factory. So here we have a car factory. Let me show you how this actually shakes out in JavaScript though. Don't let this overwhelm you. This is the first time you've seen a constructor. There's some things that are happening, but it's just a function. It's just a function. So let's go ahead and take a look at this function, and we're going to break it down. Okay? We're going to break it down. So here we have our constructor function. You're going to notice that the function looks a little different because it has a capital letter. Okay? It has a capital letter. That does nothing special. It's just so that we know, so that me and you know that this is a constructor. It's a function that's going to spit out a bunch of objects. Just like our Tesla factory or our Gigafactory spits out a bunch of Tesla cars, our car factory is going to spit out a bunch of car objects. Okay? It's going to spit out a bunch of car objects. So what we want to be able to do is we want to be able to pass in the make, the model, the color, and the number of doors. We want to be able to pass that into our function, right? We want to be able to pass that into our function. And that's what we see down here. We see down here we're creating a new variable, and we're setting it equal to an object. And that doesn't look like an object. It's not using literal notation, which would be the curly braces. We are going to get that object back from our constructor, right? So we're going to pass in Honda, which is going to go in the car make. We're going to pass in Civic, which is going to go in the car model. We're going to pass in Silver, which is going to go in the car color. And we're going to pass in 4 to the number of doors. And what happens, right? Now, what happens is the object that comes out of this constructor is going to have a make property, a model property, a color property, a doors property, a honk method of beep beep fucker, a lock property of locked, and it uses the number of doors from the doors property, right? We have another break coming up, top of the hour. We'll always take it at the top of the hour. Cool. Let's go ahead and actually let's run this. Let's run this so that we can see the object that's coming out. Go ahead and copy this. I'm going to go ahead to my console. I'm going to clear it. I'm just going to paste this whole factory in here. So the whole factory is in here, right? And now what I can do is I can go ahead and make a new car. Now that I have my factory in here, let me go ahead and make a new car. So let me go ahead and do let. And we're going to say, let's call this our Tesla. Let's call this our Tesla Model S. It's the new Model S. Plaid. We're going all the way, folks. Plaid Plus. We don't just want the new model. We want the Plaid Plus edition. So we're going to go ahead and do our new. And we're going to say make car, which is the name of our constructor. And then our constructor takes in, and we can actually see it helping us here. You can see the browser trying to help us here, right? So we're going to pass in the make, the model, the car, the color, and the number of doors. So we're going to pass in make of Tesla. Hey, thank you for the gifted sub. Appreciate that so much. Thank you for being here. Cool. So we're gonna put. It's really loud. I gotta figure out the sounds. That was super loud in my head. It's just like boom. All right, I figured that out. So we're gonna pass in the make of Tesla. We're gonna pass in the model of. Actually, Perry, thank you for it so much. Thank you for being here. Did you all hear that sound? No? No sound on your end? Didn't hear the sound. Hold on. Let's see. Monitor and output. Never a legend. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for being here. How you doing? Huh. It says monitor and output. Let's see. Do I just have it turned all the way down? Because we did hear it earlier, right? Hold on 1 second, folks. You're gonna see something. You're gonna see a black screen for a second here. Let me make sure. Monitor and output. That looks good. Code. Alert boxes all the way up. And it's set to monitor and output. At 100% volume. It's sabotaged. Hey, thank you for the sub. Thank you for being here. 4 months. Woo. And Never Legend with the 5 months. Hey, I appreciate the support. Thank you for being here. It was good talking to you earlier this week. Holy smokes. Y'all can't hear that, huh? All right, we'll figure that out after stream. I'm sorry. Like I said, today's gonna be a little funky. We got to figure out the sounds. We got to figure out a lot of this new stuff now that we're on the PC. But let's get back to our objects. We'll figure out the sounds. That's weird because I can see it on my end. It would probably distract me anyway. Word. I can see that it's not an audio channel, which is interesting. That would stop it from being sound. All right, we'll get it figured out. Tomorrow we'll have it back. Sorry, not hearing the sound for the alert. You still see it, but we'll hear it tomorrow. All right, we're back to making our Tesla Model S Plaid Plus edition. So we're passing in the make, the model. It'll be the Model S Plaid Plus. The car color, the only option that doesn't cost more money is white. So we're going to go white. If you want any other color, you got to pay more money. And the number of doors, we'll say 4. I actually don't know if it's a 2-door or a 4-door, but we're going to say 4. All right, so let's go ahead and hit enter. And now if we were to ask for our Tesla Model S Plaid Plus, what we're going to see is that we now have this new object. We have this make car object, right? And you can see that it has a make of a property of make that has a value of Tesla. It has a property of model that has a value of Model S Plaid Plus. You can see that it has a color property of white, a doors property of 4, and it also has some methods on the end. So let's go ahead and try and use the Tesla Plaid Plus methods. So let's go ahead and do plaid plus dot beep. So let's go ahead and call it. Oh, it was called hunk. Sorry, it was called hunk. There we go. We're going to do hunk. Beep, beep, fucker. All right. There you go. I always think, whenever I say it, I always think of Stewie 2K. I'm not going to say what Stewie 2K says, but he has a saying that he's famous for when he pops out from behind smokes. So if you play Counter-Strike and you know who that is, that's who it is. That's what it reminds me of. All right, so we got that pop up. So that's working. That method's working. And then let's go ahead and do the other one that we have on the Tesla Model S, the other method that we have, which was lock. Cool. And you can see that we got alerted locked 4 doors. We can see we got locked 4 doors. Cross, I think you're playing bingo. I think you're trying to get me, but I'll help you out. Dominoes. There you go. Yeah. Do you know how to do that, Alyssa? Try it out. I'm not sure how to do it. Alrighty. Let's keep it moving. So we're able to see here, if we go back and we take a look, we're able to see that our object that comes out of this factory had all 4 of those properties. We saw the make, model, color, doors, but it also had these 2 methods as well. And the cool thing is we can use this factory to keep creating more and more cars, right? We can use this factory to keep creating more and more cars. We can spit out more and more objects, and it gives us some flexibility. Cool. Now, if we created all these Teslas, let's say all the new Teslas rolled out, the Plaid Plus model rolled out, maybe a new Model X rolled out, right? Do you know all their model numbers spell sexy? That's the coolest thing I've ever seen. All their model numbers spell sexy. Elon's on another level. Forget all forget all like the neuro devices. Forget putting like people into space to have the forethought to spell out sexy with your model numbers. That's big brain. That's next level. Forget about bringing internet to millions of people in rural areas. What a person. Boring company, flamethrowers. Forget all that. That forethought, though. All right. Okay, let's keep it moving. So, we've put out all of these. We've put out all of these objects. We've made millions of cars. We've made millions of cars, right? Millions of cars. And we forgot to give them Bluetooth. So now we have all these cars on the road and we forgot Bluetooth. Now, the cool thing about Teslas, right? The cool thing about Teslas is that they can update. Any other car has to come back in. They have to do a recall. You have a million of a normal car on the road. All million of those cars are going to have to come into the shop, get that update applied, and then they go back. So the cool thing about Tesla is that they don't need to do a recall. They can just update magically. So let's imagine all the Teslas left our constructor factory and they didn't have Bluetooth. What we can do is use our constructor's prototype, right? We can use our constructor's prototype so that all of the cars automatically have a fallback source, of properties and methods. So the Teslas are going to check themselves and they're going to say, hey, do I have Bluetooth? And the car itself is going to say, no, I do not have Bluetooth. So what's going to happen is that Tesla is going to phone home to the factory. It's going to phone home to the factory and say, hey, factory that made me. Hey, factory that made me. Do you know about this Bluetooth thing that my users are trying to access? And the factory is going to be like, yes, I do know about this Bluetooth thing. Here's how you use it. Now, our Tesla did not have Bluetooth, but because it was able to ask its parent factory for it, it's able to use it. That's the prototype. It's able to use a fallback source of properties and methods that it doesn't have, but that the constructor has, right? I like to think about it in terms of like real relationships, right? So let's say I didn't have a car. I could go ahead and ask my parent, my mother, hey, mom, do you have a car? And let's say my mom also didn't have a car. We can go up the chain and ask grandma, hey, grandma, do you have a car? And since grandma has a car, I have a car. I didn't have one, but I went up the chain until a parent had it. And since grandma had a car, I have a car, right? It's the same thing that's going to happen with our JavaScript objects, right? They're going to check themselves to see if those properties and methods. If they don't, they can go up the prototype chain to talk to their constructor prototype, and then go all the way up to something called the global object prototype. Everything in JavaScript is a child of this global object prototype. And a lot of the things that we've used like methods and properties in really weird spots, and it's worked. The reason it's worked is because everything is an object. And those properties and methods, if they're not on the thing that you created, they can go up that parental chain to this thing called the global object prototype. And sitting on it, just like grandma has a car, that global object has things like toString and all these properties, length, all these things that we've used on other things that weren't really objects. And we saw that like properties and methods worked on like arrays, and properties and methods worked on strings. Well, it's because they're really objects. And we were able to use those properties and methods because even if that object did not have that method or property, it could go up the chain to find it. Okay? When we come back from break, we're going to see this in action. So if it's a weird concept, that's all right. Come back and we're gonna talk a little bit more through it, and then we're gonna get to the fun stuff. We're gonna do some API work. We're gonna have some fun with some APIs. So the last hour is gonna be fun. We're gonna get some API work in. We're gonna see objects in action. We're gonna talk about this prototype thing a little bit more. So let's go ahead and take a 5-minute break, and when we come back from break, we're gonna jump into the rest. We're gonna put this on the clock for us. 5 minutes, folks. I'll put some tunes on. Okay, I feel it. Let's go. 5 minutes, folks. If you're able, please get up, stretch, hydrate, do what you can do. Anyone want to explain short cells to me? I want to be able to use my points for break extensions. Hey, technically it says any timer. Technically says any timer. Do we have a hydration? I didn't see a hydration come through. I missed one? Huh. Does that fake hydrate work? That's a real hydrate there. Hey, Jimmy, thank you for the hydration. Cheers to you. Is that 3 of them? Oh, boy. Is that people are saying it's fake? How's it fake? 3 hydrations. Cheers to you. 1, 2, 3. Stout, I will share all of the code as always after class. It'll be on Discord. Don't worry. I'll zip it up for you, and you can always download it. Oh, you want to see the new one? Let's do the new one. Boom. You got 3 minutes, folks. There we go. I'm gonna get the chat working soon. That chat will be working soon. I'm not really sure. I'm glad that we have like the fun resume stream tomorrow, because I'll get some of this stuff ironed out, and we'll have that going tomorrow. Yeah. There go. Shimante, feel free to take the break that you need. If you need to take a little bit longer, go ahead and take a little bit longer. Ooh, the camera's jumpy a little bit like this. The camera's jumping to the beat. Leon, how do you make the RPS game run multiple times? You could use a loop, and you could just call the check win in a loop multiple times. That would work. Or you could have just 3 function calls. That would also work. Can you change the slides in your space? I do have one that's set up like that. Yeah. But since you have the slides in front of you, you can have those open too. Hey, Barbie. Appreciate that, Scary Barbie. That's awesome. Thank you so much. You got about a minute, folks. Take your minute. Remember, you gotta get those channel points. Gotta get those channel points. I want to 1v1 somebody real bad. I want to 1v1 somebody real bad. About a minute left. We need more predictions. Hey, they're coming. They're coming. Come to the resume. Come to the resume tomorrow. I got some fun predictions planned for the resume. Can we just battle in general sometime? Yeah, sure, I'm down. I'm not that great at Smash. I got some tricks up my sleeve. For a while, I was playing pretty intensely. Do I really use Joy-Cons for Smash, though? No. I have my Pro controller. Yeah. I will be sending out an email, yep. Alright, folks, come on back. Come on back. If we were playing Smash 64, it'd be game over. Hey, well, you can get it going. Alrighty, folks. Come back from the break. Hope you were to hydrate. Let's chill the music here. Alright. Let's go ahead and keep moving. We're hitting on these objects. And don't worry, these objects are tricky the first few times you hear them, right? It's tricky the first few times you hear them. But we're going to keep moving through it. We have office hours on Saturday. We're going to be going deeper with these objects on Saturday. So come to the office hours. We've been doing a lot of like hands-on keyboard coding practice. So we're going to do kind of maybe like hour of the normal questions, and then about 2 hours of like just practice problems, getting more comfortable with objects, having more fun with our APIs. Cool. So we talked about this thing like toString working. So if we looked at the Tesla we created, has a number 2 for 2 doors. And so if we did Tesla Roadster doors toString, this works. This method of toString works. And when this concept clicked for me, that's when my mind just kind of like exploded. The idea that everything that we've looked at so far has been objects is a pretty wild concept. But the reason why this thing like toString, using like a length property on an array works is because it's really all objects. They're just properties and methods on these object things. And so the reason we're able to use this is if we look at the MDN has a great article on the global object prototype. Let me pull that up real quick. MDN global object prototype. Cool. Let me pull that article up real quick. And here we go. what we'll see if we like look at this global object prototype. Let me pull up the right one here. Oh, this is like their like teaching. This is like their class one. This isn't the actual prototype. Global object prototype. Cool. Let's take a peek. Nope, this is the wrong one. I'm sorry, folks. I should have had this queued up. Here we go. All right. Here we go. This is the MDN article for the global object prototype. And if we look at all of these methods here. I know they're a little tiny, but look at all of these methods that are there. All of these values that are there. There are even some properties here too, right? Look at all of these. And if you look, there is our toString, right? There's our toString. And so you can see that on the global object prototype, there exists toString. So if we go back and we look at our slide, this toString doesn't actually work on doors, the number, right? This Tesla Roadster doesn't have a toString method. It doesn't have it. We didn't create it. If we look at our factory, there's a honk method, beep beep fucker. There's a lock method, but there's no toString method. So where did that come from? How did this work? How did this work? Well, it works because there's something called inheritance, like the ability to inherit other properties and methods. This Tesla Roadster did not have the method toString, but it was able to inherit, able to get it from somewhere else. So the Roadster, that object, checked itself. Did it have toString? No. Right? No, it didn't. Right? So then it checked the car, the factory. Hey, car factory, constructor, do you have toString? And they're like, nah, I've never seen it, never heard of it. So then that request goes all the way up this chain to the object prototype that we just saw in the MDN that has the toString. And since that object prototype has it, we're able to inherit it and use it. Just like if grandma has a car, we can use that car. Same thing's happening with our objects, okay? So that's a tricky concept the first few times you hear it. We're gonna get some practice with it. We're gonna see it in action, but keep that in your brain for right now. Let's keep moving. All right, I want you to get some practice making a constructor, okay? Making one of those factories. And so we are going to code Tony Hawk Pro Skater. If you have never played Tony Hawk Pro Skater, it's just a skateboarding game. It was basically my childhood, one of the best games ever made. And we're going to use that to create our constructor. We want to make characters for this game, right? You want to create characters for this game. So let's go ahead and open up the starter code. If you're new and you need the starter code, you can do !Discord. That'll take you to our Discord community. Agree to the rules. And once you agree to the rules, there'll be a follow-along materials channel that will have all of the starter code that we'll be using. So we're going to open up this Tony Hawk's Pro Skater JavaScript file. And I want you to make a constructor. Oh, I said fighting game characters. Skating game characters. Skating game characters with 4 properties and 3 methods. So we're going to put a quick timer. Pull up the slides. All right, pull up the slides. If you need help building the constructor. And we're just going to put, what time is it? Let's see. Let's put 4 minutes on the clock here. We're going to do 4 minutes. Going to take 4 minutes to build out this constructor, and we're going to go over it together. All right, Winter, be well. Sorry about that, yeah. Let's put some music on for you. All right, folks, 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Work hard. You got it. If you get done, throw a done zone chat for me. I want to see. Bam Margera doesn't mean Hadoken. Yeah, Daddy Yankee. Best soundtrack probably for any game I've ever played, honestly. Did they bring back like all the hidden characters for the new one? I haven't played the new one yet. I do want to play it though. They brought back like Spider-Man and everything. Boba Fett, yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, that's wild, right? Tony Hawk's still crushing it. If you follow, like, I grew up skateboarding, so I still follow like all the skateboarding channels, like the Berks and that first try that actually comes from a skateboarding YouTube channel. He's like, Tony Hawk's still busting out like hard tricks. He had like a video, it was like top 50 tricks or something like that they did. Yeah. What skate shoes did you wear? I didn't have money for shoes. I wore my Airwalks proudly. I want to pay less, and I got my Airwalks. I broke my foot doing a kickflip. Oh no. I got fake ones from the flea market. I was with you. That's actually one of my like favorite gifts. I really like fake stuff from flea markets. I used to have, before we went minimalist-ish, I used to have a collection of fake Power Rangers. That was like my favorite. I would always ask for like fake Power Rangers or fake Pokemon cards from flea markets. Whenever my wife would travel, she would bring me back like a fake Pokemon card from one of the markets. All right, a minute left, folks. Cheesy. Done, you think? Hey, I'll take done, I think. Miriam, I had my aggressive inline days too. I've actually been thinking about getting a pair of skates. Once I get a little bit lower on the scale, I'm gonna get a skateboard or some skates. I think it'll be fun. Ooh, we got the Dunzos coming in. Look at that. The Ford, the Flow, go Mitch. Hey. Nage. Cordynet, Bugaboo. All right, I see y'all. 5 seconds, folks. 5 seconds. Alrighty. Come on back. We're gonna go over this together. Come on back. All right, let's go ahead and chill the music here. And I'm gonna go ahead and what we're going to do here is we're going to create a constructor. So I'm going to create a constructor. I'm going to make a function. I'm going to give it the name. I'm going to give it Tony Hawk Pro Skater character. There we go. And remember, the first word is capitalized because we're making a constructor. And it's going to need 4 properties and 3 methods. So let's go ahead and do, let's go ahead and take in a name. Say like character, I'm gonna say name for character name. Let's go ahead and do, what are some of the properties y'all use? What are some properties that you used? Special move. Have a special move property. Oh, sponsor. That's a cool one. Oh, move, taunt. Oh yeah, like the original ones, like the ollie and stuff like that. Let's do sponsor. I like sponsor. That's a good one. And location. Let's do location. That's cool. All right, let's do those 4 that we'll pass in. And so let's go ahead and set the properties on the objects that'll come out of this constructor. So we'll say this dot character name equals chname. Cool. Nope, chname. Nice. And then what we're going to do in the next one, we'll say this dot sponsor equals sponsor. Cool. This dot special move equals special move. Or we should call this maybe like special trick. Let's do special trick. Cool. And then this dot location equals location. Cool. So that's our 3 properties, just so that you can see it. Just so you can see it. Ooh, I like stance. Stance is better. That's a good one. Let's change this to stance. Haha. Stance. There we go. I'm going to change this to stance. There you go. And so just so you know, when we pass something into this constructor, that's where it's going to go. 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 And these are what the properties the object's actually going to have. All right. If you look at the constructor function, you notice we're doing the same thing. We're doing the this, and then we're passing in the value. Now we have to get our methods. So let's go ahead and do our methods. Let's go ahead and do this dot. What should we make them do? What did you use for your methods? You don't have to separate with a comma here because this is a function that's creating an object. We're not creating an object using literal notation. So if you were creating an object with literal notation, you would, but this is a function that spits out a function. Kick flip, flip ollie. All right, grind. Grind equals, and we'll create a function. And that function, we're just gonna have let's just have like an alert. And that alert will be, let's do a 50-50. There you go. 50-50, it'll be our grind. Let's go ahead and do this dot kick flip, or let's do this dot flip function. Let's do an alert. You know what? I don't know if you've ever seen, I don't know if I can put it on stream. The first time I'll share it on Discord. The first time I ever saw a kickflip underflip, I thought they had magical powers. Eric Costin, what was the video? Eric Costin does a kickflip underflip that's blew my mind. So you know what a kickflip underflip is? You do a kickflip where you flip the board this way, your foot catches it, and you flip it back the other way, and then you land. Like, what the heck? What the heck? I'll put it on our Discord as part of the stuff today. And then let's go ahead and do this dot taunt function alert. One more try. Or let's do first try. All right, there we go. So we have our Tony Hawk Pro Skater character, right? It has 4 properties: character name, sponsor, special trick, stance, and it has 4 methods: grind, flip, and taunt. So let's go ahead and create a character using this constructor. So we're gonna let's do who do we want to do? We're gonna do Kareem Campbell. Yeah, let's do Kareem Campbell. Let's do Kareem how do you spell his last name? Campbell, yeah. Equals, and we're gonna do Tony Hawk Pro Skater character. The OG Thrasher video in Thailand. All right, I'll look that up. All right, let's go ahead and pass in name, Kareem. Let's go ahead and do sponsor. I have no idea. Let's just say, I don't know. Who is their sponsor? I am missing the new keyword. Cool. Let's say element. Cool. And special move. Let's call it laser flip. Cool. And stance. Goofy. I actually don't know if they're goofy or not. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and save this. And let's go ahead and open up our browser. It's going to open up in the browser. Let's look in the console. And let's ask for Kareem Campbell. And we get back an object. Right? We get back an object. And we can see that object has a character name of Kareem, a sponsor of element, a special trick of laser flip, a stance of goofy, and you can see that it has those methods that are there too. So let's try using one of the methods. Let's do Kareem Campbell. Let's do grind, and we get the alert of 50-50. Cool. There we go. So we were able to go ahead and create our own constructor. And that constructor will now make Tony Hawk Pro Skater game characters. And we can spit out as many characters as we would like. All right, let's keep pushing, folks. Let's get into our API stuff. About a half an hour left, and then we'll do the raffle before we end. You two could be walking away with a one-of-a-kind, two-of-a-kind custom fanny pack with an OnlyFans match. All right, let's keep moving. So we have this car factory constructor. With the newer versions of JavaScript, we have a newer syntax. This is that class-based syntax that I hinted at, right? This class-based syntax is not anything different. It's just syntactical sugar. It looks different to bring it more in line with some other languages that have class-based inheritance. And we still have prototypal inheritance underneath the hood when it comes to JavaScript. It's just that we got this neat little class-based syntax to make it look a little bit similar to other languages. Now, it's basically the same thing, except that you have this class keyword, the name, curly braces, open and close, and then you have your constructor here separately, and then your methods here after, right? So it's kind of the same. It's kind of the same thing. It's just a different syntax. What does syntactical sugar mean? Syntactical sugar means that it's not really doing anything different. It just looks different. So underneath the hood, the same stuff is happening. It's just making it look different so that folks that are coming from a different language might feel a little bit more comfortable with JavaScript. So no real new functionality, just a different way of doing the same thing. So we call that syntactical sugar. What's considered the best practice? Either can be used to do your constructors, but most folks are moving to the class-based, the syntactical sugar way of doing it. And we're going to start doing that too. As we move into our OOP next week, we'll be using class-based. We're using classes, yeah. Cool. So on Saturday, we'll get some practice with that syntax, and then next week we'll be using it as well. All right. We're getting to the fun stuff tonight, folks. Oh, Vic Botnick with the hydration. Cheers to you. Thank you for the hydration. Do you use any TypeScript in your streams? Not yet, but towards the end of program, towards the end of our 30-week software engineering bootcamp, we definitely will. Thank you for the hydration. All right, chat. What are APIs? Put in chat. What's an API? Tell me what an API is, chat. What do we got? What's an API? I do like you're using the menu here. I like that. I promise. A restaurant menu, magic, a waiter. Okay. These are all kind of hints. If you were here for the office hours, we've gotten through this. Now, APIs are something that I consumed for a long time before I actually understood what was happening, right? But there's two things that made APIs click for me. The first thing is that an API is just a simple interface for some complex action, right? Like if I wanted to turn off this camera, chat, what's like the most primal way I could turn off this camera? What's the most primal way I could turn off this crispy 1080p camera? Hit it with a stone, break it, right? I could just smash it on the table. As much as Sony wants me to smash it on the table, that's probably not a good idea. So maybe something, there's some other ones I'm seeing here. I could just unplug it. I could just rip the power plug out and hopefully it would turn off, right? Because I'm not on battery power. The battery wouldn't last this long. So I could rip the power plug off and that would turn off. Now, the manufacturer doesn't want me just ripping off power plugs all the time to turn it on and off. So what did Sony give me that enables me to turn this camera on and off? What did Sony give me to turn this camera on and off? A button. They gave me a button. They gave me an interface. They gave me an interface. They gave me a power button. That power button is the interface. And now think about all the complex stuff that has to happen. Think about all of the complex stuff that has to happen to turn this camera on and off. Right? Think about all the complex stuff that has to happen. Right? To go ahead and make this come on and off. Right? We press a button, but those capacitors fill, the power comes in, and the camera turns on. That button is a simple interface for some very, very complex actions. When we get to APIs, we're going to use web APIs, and they're going to provide a simple interface. We're going to be using URLs. Those URLs, if we request information from those URLs, something really complex is going to happen far away on a server far, far away. That server is going to be able to hear that we've made a request. It's going to get some data. It's going to organize it and then send it back to us. So even though we're doing like a web API, it's still a simple interface for some complex thing that's happened. Just like the power button, right? Just like the power button is a simple interface for some complex action, right? The web API is the same thing. Simple interface for complex action. So that was the first thing. Once I understood simple interface for complex action, that made sense to me. The other example that made this click for me was a restaurant. When I sit down to a restaurant, they will typically give you an API. A simple interface for something complex that's going to happen in the kitchen. Right? Right? Some complex action that's going to happen in the kitchen. So I have this menu, right? I have this menu, and I can select something off the menu, and in the kitchen, all these things are going to happen, and I get back a delicious bit of food. So let's say I order some pho, right? Off the menu, order some pho. That request goes to the kitchen. The kitchen grabs the noodles, the broth, the bean sprouts, the tofu, everything I need for my pho. And then that pho comes back to me. I don't care, right, what happened in that kitchen. I mean, I kind of do, but I don't really need to know what happened. I just need to know that I got my soup, right? That's an API. I had a very simple interface, which was the menu, and it enabled me to do some complex action in the kitchen, right? That the chefs cooked it up. all this, the ingredients came together and I got back that delicious soup. That's an API. It's the exact same thing, right? It's the exact same thing, right? I have a simple interface, which is my menu, and I get something complex from the kitchen. We're going to use web APIs. Our simple interface won't be a menu. Our simple interface will be a URL. With that URL, right? With that URL, I can make a request and get some complex stuff back. And so that's what we're going to see. We're going to see that as we kind of move through. Now, the way that our data is going to come back, it's not going to be a delicious bowl of soup, as much as I wish that would happen tonight. It's not going to be a delicious bowl of soup that comes back. We're going to get something called JSON, or JavaScript Object Notation. Basically, the server is going to bundle up all the data, right? Right? Exactly, phenomenon. We're going to bundle up, that server's going to bundle up all the data and send it back to us as a JSON object. And then on our end, we're going to get this lovely object that we can parse in, pull stuff out, right? And get what we need. So the URL is our interface. We make a request to a server. That server hears the request and sends us an object back. So just like I can order pho at a restaurant and get soup back, I can make an order using a URL and get some objects back from a web API. Cool. Here is one bit of syntax that we can use to make a request to an API. This is the dog CEO API. And what it's going to do is enable us to get images back from their server. Here's our interface, the URL. And if we use this syntax, we will get JSON data back. That object will come back. And we will be able to use that data. So data is our parameter here. Any response we get back from the server, any response we get back from our API, from the dog CEO API, will be passed into this parameter. Then we can do whatever we want with it. Right now, we are just console logging it. We're just going to log the data that we get back. So what I want you to do is I want you to open up this dog photos starter code. Let's take a peek at it. Let's take a look at this dog photos starter code. If you need the dog photos starter code, join our Discord community. In the follow along materials, you'll see everything that you need. All right. What I want you to do is I'm going to put some time on the clock here. We're going to put just a few minutes on here because it shouldn't be that long because you already have kind of the code here. You're getting permission, right? You're getting permission to copy and paste for this one. So we're going to put a quick 3 minutes on the clock here. And I want you to try and get a photo from the API and put it in the DOM. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. And go ahead and get a photo coming back from this API. If the data is a series of different elements, like name, latitude, longitude, date, is there a way to get it from the server and turn it into an array? Absolutely. So you're going to get that object back, and you can do whatever you want with that object. Yeah. You can put that object into an array. You can push data into an array. And in fact, we're going to see that. We're going to do the shots example together, and I'm going to do that. We're going to put it into an array. Glad you like it, Alyssa. All right, folks, 2 minutes. And we're going to come back and go over it together. All right, folks. Oh, quick dunzos this time. Like to see it. Like to see it. I forgot that you can hear it. I'm trying to queue up the raid. Shout out if you know who that is. Ooh, we got a bunch of dunzos. All right, getting close to a minute. Ooh, look at all these duns with a minute in. Copy and paste. It's broken. Oh, I wish I could. I like to keep the raids within the science and tech community. That's what we're trying to build up. As much as I want to. The dunzos coming in. Hey. My dumb butt didn't copy and paste. Not dumb, you're getting your practice in. That's good. It's a good thing. Yeah, you do need to get used to typing out Keto. It's something that'll come. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot of talking tomorrow, Knox. It's gonna be a lot of like questions and answers about the resumes that we're looking at. Yeah. Sabotage. All right, folks, come on back. Come on back. Let's do this together. I'm gonna chill the music here. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna grab the code myself. Let's grab the code here. And let's go ahead and paste it. Hey, Centauri. How you doing? All right. And we want to get the data back. Let's make sure we're getting the data back first. Let's open this in the browser. I'm going to open up the console. And look in the console here, and yeah, I got a lovely object back. So I got this object back. Cool. Let's go ahead and make sure that we can get stuff out of it. We want to get this this image out of it. So we can see that it is a message property. So there is a message property here. We're going to get that message property, right? We're going to get that message property. And let's just console log dot message. There we go. Make sure we can get it. Before we try to do anything with it, let's just make sure we can get it. Just to hop on the Discord after class, we'll help you get it set up. All right. So now we can see, instead of getting that whole object, I got the object, but the thing that I logged was just that string that is the image. Cool. Now let's go ahead and put this into the DOM. I actually have inside the HTML element already an image placeholder. So all we have to do is do a little DOM manipulation here. We're going to do document dot query selector. And that query selector, what we're going to do is we're going to target the image, and then we're going to change the source to be the data that came back, that message property. And so what we'll do is we'll use that data.message, right? Right? We'll use that data.message so that we're getting that URL. We don't want the whole object. We just want the URL, right? And so data.message, right, is the message property on the whole object that is data, right? Right. So remember, the whole object came back and is being held in data. We want a specific property off of that message, right? Specific property off of it. And so that's why we do data.message. That's going to give us a specific property that we can use. So that's what we're going to use here. If we save this and we go back and we refresh, we should now be updating the image source and getting cute dog photos. Look at us go. Oh. After stream, you know what I'm doing. Look at Tucker. That's a big boy. Doll. Oh. All right. Alyssa. All right. I can't believe I'm directing API info. Heck yeah, let's go. All right. Let's keep it moving, folks. All right. If you need that code, we'll share it after class as always. Let's get one more in. So there's one other API that we looked at on our office hours. And during our office hours, we looked at this cocktail database API. And we got some drinks back from the API. And so the cool thing here is that the URL is our interface. And sometimes we can pass stuff into our URL. So here you can see that I have the question mark S, right? I have that question mark S. That's called a query parameter. So here is where the URL ends. Then we have the question mark, and everything else after that question mark we call a query parameter. Certain APIs, when you're making requests and you're passing in that URL, sometimes they enable you to add stuff to it so that you can get specific data back. Like I didn't want just any soup. I wanted pho back. They made so many different kinds of soups at that restaurant, but I wanted pho back. And so I could have done like S equals pho, right? That's what I could have done. And that's what we're doing here. This cocktail database brings back lots of cocktails, but I specifically want a margarita, okay? And so let's go ahead and actually take a look at their website. That's a risky search if I ever saw one. All right. I'm getting thirsty. And if we look at this API, all right, if we look at this API, you can see that they have a bunch of interfaces for us. They have a bunch of URLs that we can use, right? A bunch of URLs that we can use. And this one specifically enables us to look for specific kinds of drinks by name, right? There is also a non-alcoholic link down here. So if you want to use the non-alcoholic link, you can do that as well. So we're going to use this one here, and I'm going to get a specific cocktail back. Let's go ahead and do that. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this specific one to get a specific drink back. And so if we look at our next challenge, that's what I want you to do. I want you to take 5 minutes, or let's do 4 minutes because you might have already done this before. 4 minutes, right? 4 minutes, we're going to open up this shots code. I want the user to be able to enter a cocktail and get the name, photo, and instructions back. If you've done this before, here's quite a little hitch in how this works. What if the cocktail they're looking for has a space in the name? I want you to control for that. If you've already done this before, I want you to control for a space being in the name of the cocktail. Okay? So let's go ahead. I'm going to put just a few minutes on the clock here. I'll give it a solid 5. Solid 4. Let's do 4. We're getting close to the end of class. 4 minutes. Give you some music here. Just copy and paste. I'm giving you the rare copy and paste permission. In the slides, you can copy and paste. You're going to need to grab that URL as well. This is your rare permission. It's in the slides. And Alyssa just posted it as well. 3 minutes, 20 seconds. You got this. Knox, we won't be submitting homework until after class. So after class, I'm going to share how to submit everything, and I'm going to share the homework for the weekend. We're going to go over the homework that'll be due tomorrow during our class. So if you want to understand more about the homework, the push stuff, be here tomorrow to check it out. Got this, folks. We're going to do a regular one, and then during office hours, we'll handle the space. This office hours, we're going to do a lot of API work, a lot of APIs that we haven't seen. We're going to take the NASA API and make it do other fun stuff. So if you want to get some API practice in, definitely come to office hours. We're going to do a lot of fun ones. I found a lot of cool ones that I think will be really fun for us to use. Hype, give me all the APIs. I feel the same. Let's get all the APIs. Hey Luna, hope you're doing well. Hello Leon, just joined. Yeah, if you do exclamation point 100 devs, our wonderful mod got it already. If you just go to the link that Alyssa posted there is a section called how to catch up. So you can do the things that are there, catch up, and join us back live. We'll be back here tomorrow looking at resumes and portfolios, like the good stuff that we should be adding. And we have office hours on Saturday. Office hours are a great time to come get caught up. Hey, you found the right spot, Luna. Join us on our Discord. All right, folks, you got a minute left. Minute left, come back. We'll finish strong. We'll go over it together. We'll do the raffle, and then we'll do our raid. Yeah, we had a lot of new folks. Welcome to all the new folks. Whew, a lot of new folks today. Kelvin, Kwame, Salmon, Arpose, Hector, Jason, Father, King, Mo, Dev, Rezi, WKT Dev, currently coding, Espart, Cashew Crane, Infamous, Serotonin Drip, Young Thing, Rufus, and Omar 99. Welcome everyone. Got stuck, that's alright. Cashew Crane. Oh, so close. It's all right. Let's go over it together. Come on back. Come on back. All right, let's take a look at this together. I'm going to chill the music here. Let's go over this together. We'll do the raffle, giving away that exclusive fanny pack with the OnlyFans match. Let's get into it. All right. So, we already have our fetch. I'm going to grab the appropriate URL, though. Just going to grab this URL. There we go. I'm going to go back to our code. And instead of having a URL here, we're just going to use that variable of URL. All right, but we're going to notice something pretty quickly. This is going to run automatically, right? And so if it's going to run automatically, we want to slow that down. So let's do it on a button press. And so if we're going to do it on a button press, let's look at our HTML real quick. We have a button and an input. And so we can wait until we click on that button for this to run. So let's go ahead and create our function. So I'm going to do a function here, and we're going to call this get drink. Cool. And we're going to put all this stuff inside of get drink. Wonderful. And then we are going to call get drink on the click of a button. So we got to dust off our event listeners from back in the day. Document.query. I want to say back in the day, it was like 2 weeks ago. Selector. And we're going to say button. And we're going to do our add event listener. Cool. We're going to make sure it's a click. We're putting our Smurfs down. Yeah, we haven't forgotten about those Smurfs. The OGs get it. Cool. We're going to call get drink. Lovely. It's been 80 years. There's a way to do that. We'll get into that a little bit if you want. Maybe office hours. All right. So now we know that this get drink won't run until we click on the button. And we want the user to be able to enter in the drink. So let's go ahead and do let drink choice equal. And we want to get the value out of the input. So let's do document.query selector. If you're new, this might be a little odd to you. You might have not seen this stuff before, this DOM manipulation before. It's all right. We're going to go over it. Input. And we want to get the value out of the input. So this is going to enable us to click the button. The first thing that will happen is we'll get the value that's in the input out. Once we have the value out of the input, we're going to plug it into our URL. So we're just going to say plus, and then we're going to add drink choice. All right. So what should happen now is when we click on the button, the function will run. We'll grab the value out of the input. We're putting that value into our URL, and then that URL is the fetch that we're making. Right? That's the request that we're making, and we should get some data back and console log it. So let's go ahead and save this. Let's go ahead and save this. Let's open it in the browser. We haven't done anything with the data yet. Let's make sure we're getting data back. Let's open it in the browser. Let's open up our console. Cool. And let's put gin in here. Let's put gin. All right. And I'm going to click the button. 3, 2, 1. All right. So you can see we got back. Scooter bro. It's so fetch, right? Stop trying to make fetch happen, Scooter bro. All right. We got our data back. And right now we can see that it's an object. Right? The curly braces give it away because JSON object notation. We're getting an object back, right? But what we're noticing is the first property drinks is actually an array. So what we're getting back is inside the objects an array. And we can get just that array, right? We can get just that array if we do .drinks. So if we do just .drinks, right, we should get just the array back. So let's go ahead and refresh. Let's do gin. And now we're just getting the array. And the cool thing is if we look at this array, right? I want a real drink, not data. If we look at this array, you can see that it's an array of objects. Look at all these objects in the array. Cool. So let's go ahead and I had 2 videos running on the side. That's why you saw it chug a little bit. Let's go ahead and let's get just one of those objects. So we're going to drill in. How can we get just the first object? If it's an array, what index are we going to use? If it's an array, what index are we going to use? Square bracket 0. Cool. We're just going to do a little bit of drilling here, and then we're going to do the raffle, and then we'll move on to the raid. So hang on with me. I know we're at the top of the hour. Just give me a few more seconds here. Cool. So we added drink 0. So now we went from an object that had an array to just the array to just the first object in the array. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and refresh. Let's do gin. Let's get the cocktail. And there we go. So now we can see that we're getting just that first object. And let's say that we want the drink. Let's look inside of it. The stra drink is gin fizz, right? Gin fizz, stra drink thumb, and stra instructions. That's what we want. We want those 3 things that are inside of that object. So let's go ahead and use that to our benefit. If we look in the HTML, there's an H2, an image, and an H3 for us to place this stuff into. Howdy, Max. Right? There's a place for us to put that stuff. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's do a little bit of DOM manipulation here. Let's do our document.query selector. And let's go ahead and do the H2. And let's put inside of it whatever comes back from data.drinks, just that first object, .stra drink. And then we're going to do the same thing for the other 2 elements that are in the DOM. So let's go ahead and get these other 2 elements going. We're almost done. We are almost done. All right. Instead of H2, we'll do image here. And instead of stra drink, it'll be stra drink thumb, which is the image. Right? We looked inside that object, right? We looked inside that object, right? And we got we saw that there was a thumb property in there that had a URL. And we're not going to do image text. We're going to do source because it's an image. So source. And then the last one that we want, the last one was that ingredient. So let's do the same thing. We're going to put this as document as well. And the last one was not an H2, it was an H3. So let's grab that H3 and let's put stra drink or stra ingredients. Cool. Let's save it all up. Oh, stra instructions. Thank you, chat. There we go. Cool. All right. Let's see. Looks good. Let's save it. Let's go back. Let us refresh. Type in gin. Get cocktail. Ooh, I'll take that as a first try. We got the name up here, Gin Fizz. We got a lovely image, and we got the instructions down here. All right, so it worked. We can do another one. Let's do scotch. Let's do bourbon. Do it for some bourbon. All right. Oh, let's refresh. Does it not like bourbon? Did I spell it wrong? Let's do... Let's see. It didn't like bourbon for some reason. Let's try gin again. Let's make sure that worked. All right, so gin works, but bourbon doesn't? Whiskey, maybe? There we go. I got a whiskey sour. Huh. Who would have thought? I spelled bourbon wrong, probably. Oh, yeah. I spelled it wrong. It was misspelled. All right, so that brings us to our homework. Here's the homework, folks. I want you to be able to do a few things. I want you to be able to handle drinks that have multiple names. So like it has two, like Moscow Mule, right? Has two words. I want you to be able to handle that. I want you to handle misspellings, right? And if you want to push, I want you to make this into a rotating array of drinks. So it's going to automatically rotate through different drinks. All right. So handle for the homework, handle having a space, handle if somebody spells something wrong like I did. And if you want to push, get me a rotating list of drinks, like a carousel that automatically runs. User doesn't have to do anything. They just click the one button and they get a carousel of whiskey drinks. Okay. I'm going to put it all in. I'll put it in the Discord exactly. Then if you haven't finished the NASA API, please do that on your own. And here's something tricky about the NASA API. The interesting thing about the NASA API is that it doesn't return just photos. There are videos. There are other stuff that are there that you need to control for. So make sure that your NASA code is handling for videos and the other stuff that pops up that just aren't images. So that's part of your homework. There'll be some reading, some other stuff to do. We're back at it tomorrow, folks. We got the raffle coming up. We're back at it tomorrow for our resume review and portfolio review class. It's only gonna be a short one, about an hour, so we can get that partner status going because we need the extra day. And then we're back together on Saturday for office hours. Don't miss office hours. We're gonna do a lot of fun API work that we won't be doing during normal class time. So I will see you all tomorrow and then Saturday. But before we leave, let's do the raffle and then let's do the raid. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this raffle real quick. Let's try and do the raffle real quick. Alrighty. So you can do exclamation point raffle if you're new and you didn't get a chance to. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to get 10 seconds to get the raffle in. Exclamation point raffle. Reptar, best week ever. I hope you had a lot of fun today. I hope you did. I hope you had some fun. We got the new spice coming. We got the whiteboard cam coming. We got the 1v1 going. I hope you had a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. All right, let's get this raffle, and then we're going to do a lovely raid. All right, 3, 2, 1. Entries closed. Going to pick a winner. All right. Tiny Torches, you have won the raffle. Tiny Torches, you have run the raffle. There you go. You can see you got yourself a Leon fanny pack. With the woo in chat. All right. Rigged. Congrats. We're going to do another raffle tomorrow, folks. We're going to do 2 raffles tomorrow. And the raffles we're going to do tomorrow are limited edition, 1 of 1. You have never seen the merch that's getting raffled off tomorrow. It's brand new. You'll never see it, and you will never see it again. This is 1 of 1, folks. The only time it's happening. If you want it, you come tomorrow, we'll do the raffle. So I'll see you all tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. 6:30 p.m. We're going to be back here tomorrow doing some resume review. But before we do it, like we always do, let's do our raid. Let's spread some love and positivity. We're going back to our brother in code mastermind. Give them some love. If you're not followed, you're missing out. Give them a follow. They do coding just like we do over here. They do a little bit more advanced stuff, some DevOps stuff, and they're doing some exorcism exercises right now, which we'll be actually doing together too soon. So get a preview by going over to Mastermind. Let me start the raid here. Alrighty, folks, send them some love, please. We're raiding in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll see you over there. See y'all tomorrow too. Peace.